Oh,
they can hear us now.
Maybe we shouldn't have had that live. Maybe we should leave that for when everybody here or whatever. Man, who knows?
No,
it's a tussy subject.
Yeah.
That
I got no problem talking
ordeal.
about it, but for now, let's keep it inspirational because we went really trauma filled the last 2 episodes.
It's
They
true.
were a little heavy.
Well, I mean, they were indeed heavy, but man, I think it's some of the best conversation we've had, especially
Absolutely
the last
correct,
episode.
yeah.
That shit has like stuck with me like ever since we did it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah. I mean, rethinking everything, a lot of stuff, especially about the Punisher, not getting away from him. Like, God, he deals with it in an unhealthy way.
Yo, for real.
Speaking of that, I fucked up. Let me show you what I should have worn last week. Check this out.
Yo, just so you know, we live on the thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, though.
Wait for a few people to come in.
All right, y'all guys can hear me, right?
Yeah. So this was my son's last baseball team.
Ha! Yeah, I remember that.
That's dope.
Remember seeing the skulls? Dope. I was like, I don't know. It's weird for a little league team, but I'm with it.
Yeah. The best part about it is that they had the regular team that plays regular. Then they have like a tournament team that's like real deal, and they call the tournament team Punisher Spec Ops.
Oh, that's okay.
I fell in love with that name.
That's dope. That's dope.
The coach served and shit. Like his whole thing was America, dog tags. Like, man, I'm not gonna lie, he made a sick jersey for us, man. I love when my son was on that team.
That's dope.
But let's go. Enough about the Punishers.
So good.
Shout out Miami. Shout out Miami 8U Punishers, bro.
Word.
Shout out.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? We got Pumpy in the building, Clover in the building, everybody else watching that's not in the chat. Appreciate y'all stopping by. Show's running late, like always. Cap can't make it tonight because, they hating on the player. He got to work.
Bills need to get paid.
Yeah.
Bills need to get paid, bro.
But you know what I say? Fuck them Bills.
Yo, I mean, fuck the Buffalo Bills maybe, but that light needs to be paid.
Yo, who needs
that light of internet? None of this is possible without that.
Yo, who needs light, bro? This shit should be fucking free. I'm tired of this shit.
Now that's a concept. Electricity
absolutely correct.
Free, that's a concept.
Yeah,
sustainable energy. We need them Tony Starks of the world.
Word. Where they
we
at?
Need to build a suit of armor around the world.
Yeah, give everybody fucking electricity and shit, and running water.
Real talk. Would you want free electricity or free gas?
Electricity, because if you get an electric car, you got double the whammy.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And they have electric stoves now.
So, one thing though, there's not that much charge stations yet. They're out there. You see them, and it's such a weird thing when you see someone charging their car. It's so weird. I'm over here pumping like it's 1925, and you're just charging your shit like it's an iPhone. That shit is bugged out, son. Like seeing it in your face, that shit is crazy.
Yo, there was actually talks of trying to put stuff in the road so the car would wirelessly charge while it's driving.
Oh, that is gonna be so expensive.
Yeah,
it's gonna be. That's like
that'd be the basis of somebody's election.
Oh yeah,
somebody's election platform. Yeah. Yo, can you bring down the price of that? Because we're down. But if you can do it in some political way, we're in.
You know what?
Somebody can win. Somebody can literally be the president off that alone.
You know, the crazy shit is they're going to get the 99% of people that can't afford it to build that shit, and not the 1% that can actually pay for every street in the history of streets to not have snow on them like Canada and to have electric cars be charged and shit. It's like 5 cents to them.
Yo, honestly, I don't mean to be, racist or anything, but the only time some shit like that would happen is if we got an Asian president up there, bro. I don't know if you guys know who Ronnie Chien is. He's like, probably the funniest comedy bit, probably the funniest stand-up of 2019, right before the pandemic. Ronnie Chien just obliterates America. It's on Netflix right now. I highly recommend this special. But Asian dude, he's everywhere. He was just in Shang-Chi. He was the guy running the Fight Club.
Okay.
So he talks about how, like, yo, we need an Asian president over here because they're neutral. They don't care about anything but getting shit done. My man goes, Thanksgiving means nothing to me. I will work during Thanksgiving. I will work during Christmas. While you guys go and do all your stupid American shit, I'll be working. Yo, son, it is 100%. I want to say next to like Bernie Mac up there, Def Comedy Jam, Eddie Murphy, Raw, all of those, I will put Ronnie Chien up there like top 10. One of the best comedy bits I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, man. Hear me down. We're talking about, yo, do you realize we have a god of money? Like, we tell each other, we hope we get fucking rich. Like the way they say, we have a god of money. We don't give about inflation.
It's funny that he mentions that because that resonated with me so much because when I was, I believe in the third grade, we had a Chinese kid in there, Peter Lam. Yo, shout out Peter Lam. Yo, Peter Lam was the coolest fucking third grader in the fucking world, bro. But anyways, for Chinese New Year, he had like a whole presentation for us, and I always knew that term Gong Hei Fa Toi. I always knew what that meant. But then Ronnie Chien, he goes into it. And he's like, "Yo, that doesn't mean Happy New Year," and it's actually or in Mandarin is Gong Hei Fa Toi. In Chinese and Gong Ti Fa Tai. So he said basically what they're saying to each other is, I hope you get rich. It's not Happy New Year. It's like, yo, I hope you get rich. And you say it back to me, yo, I guarantee you guys will laugh your ass off. Ronnie Chien on Netflix right now.
Hilarious.
Word. Hold up. Cap's in the chat and he's wondering why there's no picture for him. Because, you know,
look, we need that. We need somebody to draw you, Cap. That's what it is. Who's going to draw Cap?
Just put a picture of Captain America.
Yeah, I'm about to do that shit, but you're not supposed to fucking not be here, Cap. You know, supposed to fucking.
You just explain why he wasn't.
Yo,
yeah, but
Mimi, what's up? Mimi making her debut over here on the podcast a few days ago. That's
for real.
Up. Love to see it. Great bit about R. Kelly. That was incredible. Loved all of it.
Yeah, for real. Mimi had some insight, you know.
Just seeing the way she is always talking on the comic book podcast, I'm like, yo, shit, you join the show.
For real, we almost got Show in trouble, but then I had to say that he looked like Denzel, and it was over.
No, they didn't get Show in trouble. Show got himself in trouble almost.
This is true.
Show is his own worst enemy when it comes to shit like that. Show just be opening his mouth like, Show, just stop.
Yeah.
Like I was watching it and I'm like, stop.
Expect anything else?
I'm like, stop, Show. I'm walking like you can't hear me like, stop, Show, please. Mental link.
Yeah.
Feel me. Also, Miss Martian. Feel what I'm telling you. Just stop talking. Back it up. Come back.
I speak Show, but I couldn't understand the yikes shit. Or the no disrespect to my wife, but I like women. What? That's not disrespectful at all.
Oh, so that's why showing on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's probably it. He's probably doing cleanup right now.
For real. Yo, Show, if you can hear us, blink twice if you're in danger, bro.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you, Young Buck, something right now. Nothing gets you out of the doghouse better than an adult trip, a grown-up trip. Go somewhere, rent a hotel, get a snazzy restaurant, dress up, get make her wear a nice dress, you wear a nice shirt. Do an adult weekend. That gets you out of any problems. I guarantee it. You just tell her, babe, get the time off of work, maybe take Friday off, maybe take Thursday off to extend it. We're gonna go here. I booked us a nice hotel. We're going to go, to a nice restaurant. We're going to get dressed up. We're going to go to the fucking opera. We're going to go see some Broadway shit. I guarantee you're out the doghouse, bro. That's free game right there, fellas. Free game.
And for people who can't afford all that shit, you take it to a fancy McDonald's, the one that has the fucking ball pit.
And I said snazzy. I didn't say fancy. I said snazzy. There's a difference.
Oh, hold on. In the Bronx, snazzy and fancy means, expensive.
Nah. Yeah, like, snazzy means balling on a budget. That's what snazzy is. Because you can look snazzy, but not expensive. You know what I mean? You still look snazzy.
But we got rid of all of our Sizzlers. If there was still a Sizzlers, then beautiful. You know what? Out the doghouse, honey, we're going to Sizzlers. Yo, because that ice cream cures all.
Sizzlers.
Yo, that for real.
Sizzlers is top tier snacks right there. No, for real.
But it's affordable.
The other day I went to Epcot up in Orlando. All of them Disney parks and shit. I saw a Sizzler and I said, "Yo, a Sizzler." That was dope to see a Sizzler still around.
They're all on the West Coast now. The Sizzlers. I think there's like 4 or 5 of them on the West Coast. Those motherfuckers, they left us.
You could do like an Olive Garden and get a couple drinks and just eat breadsticks and salad.
Look at Lay's face.
I am not doubting it. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but Olive Garden sounds, not to be that guy, but it sounds kind of white. Like, like if I take somebody to Olive Garden, olives, because it's olives. The garden makes it vegan. You know what I'm saying? But listen, God. Let me tell you, let me hit y'all up on game. Not a lot of people know this shit. Remember, I used to have a life before podcasting and streaming and all that other shit.
You're a fantastic podcaster, by the way.
I appreciate
Great
it.
Host,
I appreciate
funny, well spoken. We spoke about it real quick before we started.
I appreciate that. But not a lot of people know this. People think that it was it was his lawyers that got OJ out of the trouble on that trial. But what they failed to tell you is that OJ took the judge to Sizzlers about a week before the trial started. So there's no fucking way in hell that Sizzlers was gonna send his boy, because you take somebody to Sizzlers, that's a lifelong ban. You're deep in their family there, because especially if you share the ice cream, bro. That literally has got people off of murder.
You really feeling that Sizzlers ice cream? When's the last time you went to a Sizzlers, bro?
Yo, bro, the last time I went to a Sizzlers, I think it was middle school graduation, bro.
Before Y2K.
Yeah. Because
it's crazy. It's funny you mentioned that, kid, right? So like, I work for like a high luxury fucking cruise line, right? And a lot of the times I have parents speaking to me like, "Oh, I want to take my family on a luxurious cruise to Alaska, and I want to be there for 7 days and blah, 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 blah," and all of that shit, right? So then a lot of the times the kids will be like, "No, Mom, I want a German Shepherd," which is I understand. Or like, "I want a Mercedes." Like, bro, you 14. But what I'm saying is, like, back in our day, like a trip for me was like going to Long Island City or like going to like a buffet in like Yonkers or some shit, Chinese buffet, shit like $20 a pop. You know what I mean? And absolutely. Like going and riding the bus like 2 hours on like 3 different buses just to get here. Like, and nowadays these kids are spoiled as shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. It's insane.
Yo, for real, bro. It is fucking insane how spoiled they are. You got kids that are 3 years old that got an iPad, and I'm like, yo, I'm looking at my bank account, and I'm looking at the iPad, and my bank account's looking at me like if it's a woman that I just fucking cheated on. I'm like, fuck, there's no scissors, so this bank account's gonna be mad at me for a long fucking time. You know what I'm saying? And then the iPad is like, yo, what's good, nigga? And I'm like, nah, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. I love my bank account too much.
Make no mistake, that kid can work that iPad with magic. He can't work that seatbelt that's on him. Belt, the carriage belt. I've seen kids struggle with that shit. Meanwhile, they can open up their iPad and play all games. Meanwhile, this little shit, that'd be awesome. My man.
Oh yeah.
You're so intelligent, yet so stupid at the same time. So it's like
I'm saying, yo, that's why our parents struggled though, so we can have these kids living good. You know what I'm saying? My son has literally everything you could want as a kid. Literally everything. So, you know, me and his mom aren't together. So he got her crib over there, stocked full of toys, chilling. He got an Xbox, he got a PS4, he got the tablets, he got a Switch. Over here in my house, we got a PS5, he got his own PS4, got an Xbox One, got another Switch here. You know, he has all the sneakers. My son is currently we're trying to take him to he plays baseball, literally. So we're trying to take him to like every stadium that we can to. He's already been to the New City Field. He went to Truist Field in Atlanta. Like, bro, kids is lit nowadays. But I'm saying, you know, that's what our parents struggled for back then. Like if somebody talk shit about you buying $7 coffee in Starbucks, you tell them, yo, my parents, they struggled the way that they did for me to still pay $1 for coffee, bro. Let me get my coffee. And you can get regular coffee. I'm not trying to say nothing. But don't feel bad about getting that venti, my guy. And put the almond milk on it. That's just like an extra 60 cents, but it's healthier for you. You know, like it's all good, bro. It's just the life that we live, bro. Nowadays, kids get it easy. I went to my son's crib the other day to pick him up. And I went into the room to see him. Bro, it's just toys and sneakers and Jordans everywhere, son. It's insane, bro. It's insane.
Yo, insane. It's funny that you mentioned that because back in the day, it was either or. You was either fresh with nothing or you had toys with and not be fresh.
Go ahead.
No, because you know we grew up. We had the systems, but every game we had was a demo. You know, like y'all played Crash Bandicoot. I played the same level of Crash Bandicoot because it was the demo that my pops found in some shit. We played the demo, and we had SmackDown versus Raw. Like we had one wrestling game and maybe a sports game.
You had one game for a year until like your uncle came by and he just dropped the little Nintendo game for you or some shit.
Yep. And it was the new wrestling game because it was one of those. What do you want? You want sneakers or you want the wrestling game? Fuck the sneakers. My ancestors didn't wear sneakers. I need no mercy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm willing to sacrifice. Fuck that.
No, dead ass, bro. And look, back in the day, I ain't even trying to say nothing. Like Jordans are a lot more available nowadays to the average household. Back in the day, your parents either had a lit ass job or your dad was hustling. That's the only way you had J's back then. Or your brother was hustling and he gave you the hand-me-downs and you was a size 7 youth and he was like a 10 in men. So you was walking with that extra, you know, you slipping all over the place, you falling, but you was fresh though. You feel me?
Yep. The freshest dude back in the day worked for fucking Foot Locker. My boy had the new sneakers that dropped every day, but he was the manager of Foot Locker. Everybody else was like, yo, I can't even find these motherfuckers. They don't even have them no more.
Unless it's like a big drop nowadays when it comes to J's, I don't even get them no more, bro. You ain't even special. You ain't even special for J's no more, bro. Like, ain't nothing, like if I see a pair that I like or that I've always enjoyed, I'll get them. But bro, you see me in New Balances all day long. They're stylish, they're affordable, and comfortable.
Yeah. I wear those like $50 Nikes.
Yeah, same thing.
I like the patent leathers. What are they? The 13s, the Jordan 13s, the patent leathers.
I
always loved them. So when they were on sale, I still to this day cannot go. Yo, I can't spend $225 on a pair of sneakers. Like this is literally going on my feet and I'm fucking them up. I'm paying the most expensive pair of sneakers I ever bought with tax was $175. Those are the Eddie Joneses I got. I have them for about 4 years now. I wore them 8 times.
Yo, God. Imagine telling that to your 12-year-old self. Like, yo, in the future, you're going to wear $200 sneakers 8 times in 4 years, kid. Everything's going to be all right, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's crazy. I'm telling you. Our parents struggled so we could do shit like that, bro. This is what it is.
I got a fresh pair of Timbs I wore once, maybe, and they're about to be 2 years old.
See, you fucking up there, though. That's on you. You bring out the Timbs.
No, I can't get them wet.
The only reason I don't wear... I hate you. The only reason I don't wear Timbs is because I'm a 12 and a Timberland that size 12 looks like it's size 16.
Yeah.
I look ridiculous, bro. I can't pull it off. You know, my jeans have gotten a little tighter from when I was 14. You feel me? Like, I'm not rocking size 44s anymore. You know what I mean? I'm a 36 and I wear 38. You know what I mean? So I look really ridiculous with Tim's on right now. And even with shoes, bro, I look weird. I got big feet, bro. Big feet, bro. I'm glad they stopped at 12. I'm glad.
I hear you.
By the way, got my festive vibes going on. A little Oktoberfest. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Oh yeah, happy Halloween. Do you guys have any costume ideas that you're not holding for a surprise?
So I'm not. So I don't know how it's gonna work out though, because I was supposed to have the weekend. I do, Mimi. My feet is crazy, bro. You don't even know. It's tough.
Mimi said Kaz got boats for feet.
Yeah, Mimi said I got boats for feet. I got size truck and a half. So when
the Super Duty truck.
I had switched schedules with my baby moms and the baby. So I did have a Halloween party planned that I was gonna go to. I don't know if I'm gonna still make it. I gotta ask her, but I was thinking of doing President Loki.
Okay.
Yeah. Real cheap to do too. It's not like, bro, I already got all the pieces where I would get it from, but I don't know if it's gonna work out now. But I'll see. If she could give me the day off, I'm gonna be President Loki, and I will take video. We can put it up on the podcast. Everything you want. Yeah, I gotta see me as President Loki. I'm very excited about it.
Nice. What about you, Lay? I know we saw the hat the other day.
Yeah. So I'm going with kind of looks like this. You guys can see that.
Oh, so some Day of the Dead shit?
It's pretty much like kind of New Orleans French. His name is Papa Lango. Excuse me. So he's pretty much
gonna call it Papa Shango.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Papa Shango's cousin.
Papa Shango kind of deal, but what Papa Shango was pretty much based on.
Okay.
Like the actual thing he was based on. So New Orleans kind of like death. It's kind of New Orleans version of death, but more in between. The hat, the makeup. My legend do the makeup. I have the hat here, which I showed before. Everything else, I pretty much got the jacket. So yeah.
Yo, whenever the knuckleheads are ready to go to New Orleans, let me know.
Yo, we might have to make that trip.
Yes,
New Orleans is fucking incredible. New Orleans
love that place. Love it.
Love New Orleans.
Love it.
Oh my god.
It's funny. You know it's a crazy place when you can go by yourself and you're good.
Legit. That is a place where you can go alone and everything is fine. You're gonna run into some nice folk. Yep.
I'm telling you, the very first night I was there, right? I go into this spot and there's a girl there, and I start talking to her, but she's behind the bar, she's a bartender. She goes, "Where you from?" I go, "New York." She goes, "Oh, me too." And then she gave me this skull cup that I still have somewhere on here, full of Jack and Coke. Meanwhile, I already got my own thing, and then I'm like, I'm already double fisting tonight. So I'm walking outside with, okay. And then I see a cigar shop. I got 2 on the house, and I was like, so I mean, every day was something different, and it was some kind of love being shown. So it was telling you, just go. I went in like March, and the weather was amazing. It was beautiful, just a beautiful place. You're just looking at the place to be amazing, but then the vibe and the people, extremely friendly. It's a beautiful place, man. Just go. You know what I mean?
Mimi said, "I'm going, fight me."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mimi said, "I'm going, fight me."
And Mimi, are you going to beat up that bartender that gave him the skull cup, or the guy who gave him the 2 free cigars?
Listen, Mimi's gonna be there. Mimi's gonna be there when they get our food order wrong. Like girls love to like just my food wrong.
Yeah,
Mimi's gonna be there. Mimi's gonna be there. Tell her this is not what we ordered. But like Absolutely. I remember the first time I went to New Orleans, I had a shrimp po' boy. Oh my goodness! No, wait, it wasn't shrimp. It was a soft shell crab po' boy. Oh my goodness, incredible! The food there, the vibes. There is There's live music playing everywhere. It's funky. There's soul everywhere, man. I've been to New Orleans like fucking 3 times, kid. It's insane.
That's dope. I've never been to the West Coast. The most I've been to is like Jersey, Florida, Puerto Rico. We went to Chicago for Cap's ceremony, but we didn't really go around Chicago.
You can still consider New Orleans the South. You could consider it the South.
Yeah,
so you get to the South.
You can consider everything about it. The moment you get there, you're like, yo, I'm in the South.
Okay. Yo, is it pronounced New Orleans or is it pronounced Nolans?
New Orleans. It's pronounced New Orleans. Like
Nolans.
It's New Orleans.
Yeah. Did you talk like you from the bio? Mon ami.
That's when you get to swampland out there with them. You get out there with those Cajuns. You don't run into a lot of them in the city, from what I'm realizing. But if you to say like them is New Orleans.
Okay.
New Orleans. Or they get to the point of New Orleans.
New Orleans. You can just the whole thing.
Letters are gone.
L-E-A-N. Nolans.
Nolans. All right. Yo, real quick. Are we gonna act like? Well, you guys probably will get drunk enough, but I'll act like I'm drunk, and then we'll go find Steven Seagal and fuck him up.
I mean, you're gonna drink. You're gonna drink. We're in New Orleans. You're gonna drink something, even if it's a fucking Shirley Temple. You're gonna drink something.
Yeah, somebody.
I know you don't drink. I know you don't drink, but you're gonna drink something.
Somebody at a bar go, why isn't your friend drinking? What's wrong with him? And that's like proceed to give you something that's on the level you'll be comfortable with. Don't proceed to do that.
Well, amaretto sour is not bad.
When he drinks, he turns into the Hulk.
Yeah.
So you don't want to see the Hulk. You're seeing Bruce Banner right now.
And I'm gonna have mad beats because everybody gonna want to see my tits and shit.
Well, I mean, if you're, you know what, New Orleans is very different from that. Don't get me wrong. There's still beads. You can still see some boobs here and there. But it's a lot more family friendly nowadays. Like the days of girls gone wild are over. Trust me, I could confirm.
Fucking COVID fucked it up for everybody.
Shit, that was way before COVID. I remember I was the first time I went over there. It was my birthday, 2011. We partied the night before, and then the next morning we drove to New Orleans. Crazy. I remember this one girl and her boyfriend, right? I'm standing in the middle of Bourbon Street, got a bunch of beads, drinking, we're being wild. This girl comes up to me, she goes, "Are you Dwayne Johnson, The Rock?" and I'm like, hell yeah, I am. Show me your tits. You want some beads? I promise you, just like that. And her boyfriend is right there. And her boyfriend's like, yo, I mean, just fucking The Rock, do it. I'm like, yo, man, I'm not The Rock, bro. It's a joke. I'm not The Rock. I'm not The Rock. I appreciate the compliment. Maybe you guys are a little inebriated right now. I do not want to see your girl's tits. It was a joke. I am not The Rock. I'm sorry to disappoint. Oh my God, you look just like The Rock. I mean, okay, I guess, but nah, I don't think so.
But Cabs,
my dad looks like The Rock.
But Kaz, be honest. If you were The Rock, would you have saw her tits?
If I was The Rock, I would demand to see the tits. I would be like, okay, let's go. I am The Rock.
Yes.
But I mean, that was a long time ago. I am a healed individual. I want to see no random tits on the street. Thank you very much. I'm good on that. Even if we go to New Orleans, they start flashing tits,
Yeah, hey, I'll take the flashing tits if anybody's offering. I'll take the flashing tits.
You've never been, so all the titty flashing will direct it to you.
All right, cool.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I wear a shirt that says "My first time here. Don't take advantage of me sexually unless you're hot."
I mean, it's gonna be rough for you to fit that into one shirt, but I'm with it.
We used to make you see this right here, this orange thing right there. That's a shirt. We made that.
Yeah.
So I'm a master. I just put the thing sideways up, make things lower. Fuck around like the OJ cover. The whole what if, and then I did it mad big. You gotta learn from a man's. We gotta learn from him.
Oh man. This is my favorite part of this podcast. Just talking shit.
And the segues, because speaking of people who inspired, OJ, we're gonna have to talk about comic book heroes that inspired, us and everyone there.
What comic book hero do you think inspired OJ? The Flash?
OJ? Nah, man. What is it? Isn't it like Gitana at that point?
Jeez,
I would assume it was Gitana.
Just shit.
We just lost 14 subs. We just lost 14 subs.
You know what? Fuck them. Get your bitch ass subs out of here then.
But on that note,
this shit right here, all of New York is like, I'm not watching this while this man is wearing that shirt. Dead ass. New York, every Giants fan in the world right now is like, I am not watching this show until he takes.
But especially Jets fans.
Oh yeah, and
they really don't like that guy.
I'm a Jets fan.
Yeah.
But it's all right though. We got enough problems with our own fucking team. Fuck it.
I have nothing. I can't complain. I'm like, yo, I'm riding this wave till the wheels fall off. We're 5-1. I'm not mad.
I'm happy. I'm happy for Dak, bro. I'm happy for Dak Prescott.
Absolutely.
After that disgusting, incredibly vicious injury. I mean, my man's leg was like this.
Yep.
And look, I know it's easy to pick on the Cowboys and all of that shit, but when that happened, I was in Chicago. I was in what is that famous pizza place called with the fucking lasagnas that they be serving? No, the other one, Giordano's. I'm in Giordano's watching the game, and I see that shit happening as I'm eating pizza. I'm like, literally, it was crazy. And I posted on my Instagram, I'm like, yo, I know a lot of people talk shit about the Cowboys, but I really hope Dak plays football again because that was vicious.
Word.
Vicious.
The only injury that stops people from playing football is going on your knee.
Is that?
Yeah. When you kneel, that's a vicious injury that ends your career. Almost instantaneously.
Apparently. Yeah. The minute you kneel, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're done. Well, especially if you look a certain way.
Yeah. Black with an afro and Yeah.
I just, what I wish for one thing. I want to get off this, but one thing I wish they would stop doing. Yo, can we come up with something more original than the Cowgirls? That is the lamest shit ever. That's all I hear. Yeah. Oh, the Cowgirls are playing good.
Yeah, Cap just said something. He goes, "Save a horse, fuck the Cowboys."
I have no problem with that. I see that. That is not fuck the Cowgirls. This is way more creative.
Yeah.
That's creative. But listen, sometimes you need to go with old reliable. Sometimes. But yeah,
I'm not gonna lie,
played out.
I haven't heard that since we lost to the Bucks. It's my DMs and texts have been really, really quiet.
Yeah.
Woo.
You guys been working.
The Giants and the Eagles, really, really quiet.
Yeah, like that Tavon Diggs, bro.
Oh yeah. That kid is a beast. He has the same number of touchdowns as his brother in the Bills right now. It's crazy.
Defensively.
Yeah.
Defensively.
It's funny. It's funny. Not even Dak throws it to his side during practice. Dak don't even throw it to his side. Dak be like, nah, Teddy's over there. We're going this way.
For real. Yeah. Speaking of that, let's get into these heroes who inspire us.
Right. Who wants to go first? You want me to go first? You guys?
Sure. You
got it all planned, bro.
Right,
you got a lot to say today.
So, all right. So I did a little, digging because my thing is like the Blue Lantern. He's the Lantern of Hope, right? And real quick to get off, Cap, he told me his guy was the Green Lantern, and they go hand in hand. But he has a quote that he sent me, and it goes, "No matter how bad things get, something good is out there over the horizon," and that's a quote from the Green Lantern. Right, and his power is basically willpower, and willpower inspires people. When you see somebody that's not willing to stand down and is gonna, stand up for what's right no matter what, using all of his will to fight things and all that's inspiring. Now, the Blue Lantern is hope, and hope and will go hand in hand. And the origin of the Blue Lantern, Saint Walker, which is the first Blue Lantern, if I'm not mistaken, Lay. He is from another planet, and the sun was growing to the point where it was going to engulf the planet. And, you know, he always had hope that God would save him. And it got to a point where it was like, yo, it's looking bad. So he's going through his scriptures, and he's reading, like, why isn't God saving them? And yada, yada, yada. And it talks about that the one that would save him is on the top of a mountain. So he's like, yo, I got to go to the top of the mountain to get, you know, God to save us. So he brings his family, and while they're climbing the mountain, a wave of something, I don't know if it's like water or something, hits his family, and 3 members of his family drop off the mountain and die. But he never gives up hope that he can save the planet. So he keeps going with him and his son. And they're about to, like, you know, they're starving and all that other stuff, and they're praying to their God for food. And the son's like, how come God isn't, you know, helping us out, going up this? And he finds berries. And when he finds the berries, he thanks his God, like, yo, you saved us, blah, blah, blah. And the berries are poisonous. But he didn't know that until after he ate it. And the son caught a fever and died 3 hours after his fever.
Where the hell's your God now?
Yeah, and the
Good Pitch Black.
Yeah,
Good Pitch Black. What else? I love that part.
Hey, listen, that was just a reference to
I get you.
Black.
Yeah, to Pitch Black, the movie with Vin Diesel. That's watch it. It's good. That's the good Pitch Black. The good one. Good one.
Yeah, so he continues to go up the mountain, and when he finally makes it up the mountain, there's nothing there. And at this point, he screams like at his God, like, what the fuck, blah, blah, blah. And God answers back with rain. And there's like a big rock there. And with the rain hitting the rock, it shows a reflection of him. And it goes, he's the one that needs to save the planet. So he goes back down the mountain, and he reads scriptures from the book, you know, his religion, to everybody. And he instills hope into everyone in the planet. And they had so much hope that the sun actually started to shrink, and it turned blue, and that's what created the Blue Lantern ring, and it went to St. Walker.
Whoa.
Yeah, and that's how the origin of the Blue Lantern happened.
That's godly. That's godly.
Yeah.
That's crazy shit. I didn't even know all that, man.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just found that out today, like, you know, researching them and all that. But that's powerful. How much hope, you know, can inspire people. Like, you know, you're going through something, and you just hope that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you keep going, and eventually you'll find the light. And what makes
and it's like, and it's like, you know, it goes to that. So, you know, I don't want to turn this into a religious podcast or whatever, but, you know, whatever the God is that you pray to, whatever it is that you believe in. You know, I'm more of a spiritual, universal kind of kid. You know, to me, science and energy is pretty similar. You know, it's just different. And religion is just a form of all of that. You know, again, I'm a little bit more spiritual when it comes to it. But, you know, I know that, you know, just because you ask your God or the universe for a favor, you know, it might not always be the way you want that favor. You know, you can ask for, I don't know, you could ask for some kind of clarity, and then something is stripped away from your life so you can, you know, get the view or whatever, which is what appears to me that is what happened here.
Yeah.
You're saying, you're like, oh, why'd you do this? Why are you doing this to me? I asked you for help. Why are you doing this to me? And it's like, bro, because I needed to show you that it's you. You know, and I think that's a good message for everyone, because at the end of the day, you know, you don't need to look further than yourself, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, who else you gonna look at? Yeah. I think it's something that you specifically, Tags, talk about all the time. You know what I mean? Like, who's in your corner but you? Yeah. You feel me? And yes, it's always good to have a support system, and your support system is always going to be around, but you are with you 24/7. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you might not get what you asked for in the way that you asked for it or how you thought it was going to be given to you, but the lesson's always there, and that's for damn sure.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And how the Blue Lantern and the Green Lantern work together is that the Blue Lantern's aggressive attributes become unlocked when they're close to a Green Lantern. So they literally need a Green Lantern around them to be able to be aggressive with their powers. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I got this right, but they boost the capacity of the Green Lantern by 300%, or is it opposite?
I think that might be right. Them teaming together, I don't know much about, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But you could be right either way, because I know they're two of the most compatible rings you're gonna find in the Lantern cores that you have. It's just like with Sinestro's core and the Red Lantern. Those are rage and fear, so they feed off of each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With his rage, there's fear. With his fear, there's rage. With his hope, there's will. With his will, there's hope. You know what I'm saying?
So look, not to cut you guys off, but Mimi makes a fantastic point. Things don't happen to you; they happen for you. Once you realize and understand that, the lessons are easier. That is fucking incredible, because it's true. That's exactly what we were just saying now.
That's the thing where everybody has a victim mentality instead of just understanding the lesson they're being taught. It's like it's happening to me. No, it's happening for you, and you probably really need that to happen.
And we can't always call it that. We can't always say that. Sometimes inexplicable things and just nasty things happen, and maybe they're not part of the lesson. Maybe they're just part of life. So that's another thing that you should, look into, like realizing the difference, when it's part of life and when it's part of the lesson. And I think that, you talk about elevating and healing and all of that shit. That seems to me like getting to a masterful point. At that kind of stance where you can just differentiate those two. Great point, Mimi. Great point.
For real.
You know what's funny? In terms of the Blue Lantern, again, man, I'll be honest. Like, besides the main DC crew, I get a little, hazy. But man, that sounds very interesting. Now, what Blue Lantern in specific? Like, is there multiple, like the Greens?
Yeah, there's like, I think the most famous one is the Flash, because the Flash turned into Blue Lantern also.
Oh wow, that's speaking of Flash has been making a lot of headlines recently. A lot of headlines.
Yes, she has. On both fronts, the TV and the movies, actually.
And the movie. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the Batman. We're going to get into the Batman.
Oh, yeah.
John, we hit each other up right away like, my man, okay. And that's enough. That's all I'm going to say. Exactly.
For now, it's just that image of him coming. How many times on this podcast haven't I said that I love just the image coming out of a car and your like jacket or your cape flapping?
Yeah.
How many times haven't I said that on this same podcast? That final image of Batman coming out of the car, flames in the back, fucking cape doing all of this. I was like, okay, you guys got me. I am interested. I'm intrigued.
Yo, and that Batmobile kind of looks like the Green Hornet fucking car. Damn, I forgot.
It has that like Charger kind of vibe.
Yeah.
That's what it got that fucking Ghost Rider, the new
Yes.
Yeah.
So the Robbie Reyes, the Robbie,
yeah. I was
absolutely
like, at first it was a little weird, but then I was like, you know what? That kind of reminds me of the closest would probably be Adam West's Batmobile. The closest to it. Not that it's an exact copy or whatever, but the closest to it. Now I was thinking, you know what? I like the direction. And guys, listen, we got to give Pattinson a shot. I know you guys all remember him as a little glittery fucking vampire, but he's done a whole bunch of other movies that really showcase his talents and his skills. I think this kid's going to be okay.
You know what's funny?
Ben Affleck?
I was fortunate enough to never watch the Twilight movies.
Same here.
Yeah. So I have nothing to judge him on. I just hope he doesn't glitter.
Cap, you know damn well I said that. Stop playing. Cap says I've never heard you say. You know damn well. The only reason you're saying that is because you heard me say it. I've said it so much. I want to, one time in my life, I need to get out of a car with a fucking cape flapping. I'm going to make it happen. Maybe some Comic-Con, shit. I need to do that once in my life. And I need somebody to record it, and I'm going to put, in slow motion, maybe some cool jams in the back.
Kaz, the next time you come to New York, bro, I got the camera ready. We're gonna do some shit, bro. We gotta record some shit, man.
We gotta rent a dope ass car though.
Fuck it. I've always wanted to rent a Charger or or we could get a Lambo if I don't know how much money we're gonna have to put together for that. But
so we're gonna rent a car and we need to do two things, right? We're gonna have a shot of me coming out with the jacket flapping, right? And then we're gonna need another shot of me sliding over the hood of the car.
Yep. And then we're gonna have to get a shot where Lay's just standing there and he looks to his left and he goes, "This shit just got real." I see it now.
I don't know where we're going. I don't know what we're doing, but it just got
real, son. That's it. That's how we capture the people.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Oh yeah. And if we, blow something up, that'd be, extra points.
What can we blow up and not get in trouble about it? The car?
If we get the insurance, we should be good.
Yeah, we could blow up the car as long as we insure it.
Maybe we could blow up somebody's house. Who do you hate?
I don't hate anybody anymore, bro. I stop hating people. I mean, there's a couple of athletes, maybe a couple of comic book characters, but I stopped hating people. Now, if you want to talk about like maybe blowing up like
John Cena's house?
Like I was thinking like a business that I don't like very much. They have insurance. They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. You blow up like a restaurant.
Like a vegan restaurant. Yeah, I get you.
The vegans, that might be expensive, man, because those vegan restaurants are no joke. They're pricey.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shit.
Why you want to take out the vegan restaurant?
Because, bro, they hate on us.
They kind of do.
Yeah.
They kind of do. So it's funny. So I have an Instagram, right? Where, I've mentioned it before. I kind of do like some artsy stuff on there. It's kind of private. I don't want much people to follow me on there, but I'm doing my thing. So in that, one of the people that I've met there that posts, she's vegan as fuck, right? So on most of my posts or like my stories, I'm always talking about like how much I love chicken wings and ranch and all of that, right? So one of her posts shows a chicken and a little chick, and the chicken is like wrapping the chick with its wing, and it says, "This is what wings are used for." And I was like, I feel like this is an attack.
Yeah, it's a personal attack on you.
It definitely is.
This is an attack.
Oh, yeah.
This is an attack. But I ain't saying nothing because it's true. That's what wings are good for. So they should be good for. But let me tell you, you pluck them bitches and you fry them right quick and you dip them in some ranch. They're also good for other things.
You know what you should have did? You should have put a picture of an eagle on your story and said, "No, bitch, this is what wings are for." And since they can't fly, we eat them shits now. Now we eat the motherfuckers. Because you can't fucking fly, so what you need the wings for?
She's cool. She's cool people. She wouldn't deserve
No. You don't call her a bitch, but you metaphorically call her a bitch.
It did make me think. I'm like, damn, bro, I be fucking up these chicken wings. And I mean, you can't use the chicken wing that I'm eating now to cover the fucking chicken anymore.
Yeah.
It's already dead.
And if it makes you feel any better, most of the chickens that you got are not free range. They're in a fucking cage, so they can't hug their chicks anyway.
So that's the thing. It's funny, and I this is what we do, baby. We just veer off.
That's it. This is inspiration for people.
You want to know? Yeah, you want to know what my I don't have an issue with vegans at all. I think the problem with vegans is that they chose a real difficult plight. Out of oil and cars and shit that messes up the ozone layer and the atmosphere and all of that shit. You guys pick food. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a difficult thing to do, to try to reverse what everyone's been used to from the beginning of times. So I think the real problem, vegans and carnivores should not fight each other. What the vegans and the carnivores need to do is get together and fight big industry. The motherfuckers that are injecting fucking chickens with 85 fucking different type of things so you can get fucking chicken wings that look like this. You know what I mean? That's the real problem. Let's go against them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Let's unite. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's vegans out there that have leather purses. Like, I've seen a vegan try to talk to me with a leather purse. And I'm like, yo, you know how you got that leather purse, right? I actually, bro, you can Google this right now. Literally, you could put, it's called vegans who wear leather. And it's like a whole thing. So if you can if you can kill cows for warmth, I can kill cows for
a T-bone. Yep.
You know what I mean? The real enemy is the big industry, bro. How they mistreat these animals, or how they fucking coop them up in there. Like, bro, like, first of all, I hate big chicken wings. Like, if your chicken wing is too big and meaty and too much, I don't like it. I like regular sized wings that are well done, drenched in ranch. You know what I mean? But vegans need to understand, man, y'all picked a real difficult plight. Like, it's like, I think making people go electric cars, it's a lot easier than having people something to eat meat. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, and also they inject the chickens with steroids, but they also inject the fruits with shit too. Bananas ain't that fucking big. Apples ain't that fucking red. You know what I'm saying? Grapes ain't seedless. They generically manufacture, fruits and vegetables and all other shit so they can grow to a size and make them look appealing for people to buy. So, and
I respect it though. I respect veganism though.
And also the fucking carrots that y'all vegans want to eat, the bunny rabbits eat that shit, so you're killing off the bunny because they got nothing to eat. The cows eat the grass, and we eat them because they die. Shit that don't die. Well, it's a circle of life, Flay.
If I have grass-fed meat,
yeah,
isn't that kind of,
you're eating the grass?
Kind of living both lives, aren't I?
Yeah.
Because apparently that's a healthier meat, right?
Yep.
That's a healthier meat, right?
Yeah.
If it's grass-fed, right?
And I look. If we didn't have motherfuckers like Joe Rogan eating elk every day, you know how many fucking elks would be fucking running around all over the place? It'd be a problem.
Yo, first of all, we don't hunt these animals down and kill them.
If we were to stop eating chickens,
they'll run the world.
Stop eating chickens. There'll be so much chickens.
Yeah, it'd be like Planet of the Chickens.
Have you ever played Zelda: Link to the Past? When you hit the chickens too much, it's just a fucking swarm of chickens. That shit is terrifying.
Yeah, man.
I know a girl who does not eat chicken, eggs, or anything like that because when she was younger, she was raised in a farm. So, listen, I don't give a fuck how old you are. When you're born and raised in a farm, you get into work as soon as possible. So her job was the chicken coop. And one day, the chickens just snapped on her, she said. They just snapped and just fucking... Can you imagine 85 fucking chickens just pecking you? Bro, that sounds like a fucking nightmare. Listen, I don't have a problem with the vegans. In fact, the vegans are kind of like light years ahead. At the end of the day, there is healing values to this kind of stuff. But also, when you think about our peoples back home in the mother countries, the Dominican Republics, the Puerto Ricos, the Cubas, who have been eating chickens that they raise in their own backyard, fucking goats that they raising in their own backyards, them motherfuckers live to 100.
Yep.
Ain't no problems there because they're not eating all of this bullshit. A lot of our parents and our peoples, they start developing the sickness when they come here to America and start eating all of this bullshit. So again, I don't have a problem with the vegans. I actually respect veganism. I think it's incredible what you guys are trying to do, but we not your enemy. Big industry is your enemy. Take fucking manufacturing animals. Like, these motherfuckers are making animals in the most unnatural way. That's your real enemy. Let me eat my chicken wings, bro. Especially with some ranch.
And also, well, two things. Bleak said vegans eat plants and plants are living things. Argument's done. Those are facts. Those are facts. And two, besides big business, also the enemy is water. You can't be drinking water.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. There's nothing.
I can't agree there.
There's no health benefits to it, but to hydrate you, and soda can do that shit. Juice can do that shit. You can make juice out of apples, and the apples have vitamin D in it. Yo, how many lives have been taken by fucking water? Vitamin C. I'm sorry, but how many lives have been taken by water?
By drinking it or like drowning in it?
What's the difference? One dude drank it and died on KTU. You never heard nobody die from soda.
So please drink water.
No, man. No, yo, let me tell you something, Cabs. I stopped drinking soda. You can ask Krills this. I stopped drinking soda and I started drinking about 2 or 3 bottles of water a day for about 8 months. Ever since I did that, I developed fucking acid reflux. I can't fucking
water.
Yeah, bro, it fucked me up. I gained 40 pounds. I'm dead ass.
What water are you drinking, brother?
Spring water from the earth. I gained so much fucking weight. I gained acid reflux disease. I had problems with some other shit. Yo, the minute I went back to soda, the healthiest person you ever seen.
Yo, thank you, Jason.
Yo, dude, scientists come to my house to test my body to try to end diseases.
Vitamin water is now.
No, not vitamin water, bro. Straight up water. Straight up H2O.
Now you can have water intoxication. Don't get me wrong. Motherfuckers that are drinking 8 gallons a day of water, that could be bad for you. But son, you need water.
Nah, man.
I love water, bro. I mean,
criminals drink water.
So, I mean, criminals also drink soda.
Not in jail. They drink the water down shit.
I hate how you strangely make so much sense, bro. It pisses me off. I can't argue against you, bro. He's like, not in jail. And I'm like, well, fuck, man, this fucking guy's right. They don't drink that shit in jail.
See?
I hate you. Nah, drink water, bro. At least maybe put some sugar and lemon in it. Make it a lemonade. At least that, bro. At least. Because lemonade is fantastic. If we're talking about top 5 juices of all time, you need to put lemonade in there. How do we feel about lemonade?
I'm with it.
I'm not a big fan of lemonade, but I'm more of an iced tea guy. Of course
you're not.
Well, lemonade to me is it's like too sweet and like I don't know.
Says the guy who drinks Coca-Cola. But I respect. Okay, I have a question then. Sorry to cut everybody off. I have a question. Have you had an Arnold Palmer, which is half iced tea, half lemonade?
Yeah, amazing. And that my brother likes that.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I'm not a fan of it, but La Flaca said you needed to hydrate and filter out your organs. You ever seen what soda does to a penny, La Flaca? My organs are squeaky clean.
No.
Facts.
That's the opposite. When you can.
They're not cleaning them; it is deteriorating them. Your organs are also not made of copper.
But
if they are, we need to study you so we can really make some fucking money.
Here's the thing, though: you eat the food.
This might be the wrong route here.
You eat the food that plaques up your arteries, and then the soda cleans out the plaque. It's like brushing my teeth every morning, but I'm cleaning my organs, brushing my organs.
You know what's funny? There's a lot of people that believe that not brushing your teeth is the way to go because the plaque makes your teeth stronger. And it's like, I don't know where you got that information from. Oh, but the lions. We're not fucking lions. That's not how it works. We're not lions.
They used
You be a lion in your heart, sure.
But they used to chew on tree bark to clean their teeth.
They still sell those chew sticks on the app. You can get them since in Fordham all day long.
Yeah.
Ran 125th.
They still sell them.
Picked up a couple the other day.
Listen, at the end of the day, if we're gonna listen to anybody, is La Flaca. She's a doctor. That's it.
Yeah.
She's a doctor.
I have the facts. And I don't know if you know this, but one of my nicknames is the fucking doctor. Okay.
And he does have the facts.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, La Flaca. I gotta take back that comment.
I could have been a doctor.
And just in case you can't reach to get the facts, you dial 1-800-FACTS.
That's right.
You can get them there, right?
That's right. Yep, that's right.
Okay.
All day.
Okay. Just check it. Now, sooner or later, we're going to talk about comic book characters. Hang tight.
Yeah, but we're inspiring y'all right now to be healthy. Your version of healthy. Because
we're inspiring y'all not to be vegan.
Because no, but here's the thing though, right? Like laughter is the best medicine. What happens when you laugh, you're happy. And so that means that happiness and laughter coincide with each other. That's the best medicine to heal. When I eat a steak and drink a soda, I'm fucking happy. My toes wiggle. I can't eat that shit with shoes on. You know what I'm saying? So that means I'm healing myself emotionally, physically, embarkingly. I know that's not a word, but we're gonna fucking make it a word.
We're gonna make it. Yeah. We're gonna make it a word.
Yeah.
This is where you come to make up words.
Yeah. Call up Webster, put it in his dictionary. We got it.
You know what's funny? I rate my good meals on how happy I end up after him. If I end up eating a meal and I'm just like feeling good, I'm just like, man, that fucking meal was fantastic. That's a good meal. That's a good meal.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Joe P, but Joe P took me, Krills, and
Joe P. He took you to eat $500 steaks, didn't he? Because Joe P, Mr. Dubai. Y'all want to say that I'm rich. Mr. Dubai himself is rich.
Yo, he is. Yeah, he is. But you know what, though? He took me to eat a steak, and my greatest love can never compare to that steak. I still taste it till this day.
Where do you take you guys?
Maestros in the city.
Maestro?
Yeah.
Now he says it right.
I'm pretty sure that bill was pretty high.
Now he says it right.
No, let me tell you something right now.
He says it right now.
Wait, when did I say it wrong?
All the other times, Maestro.
Well, you know what it is. There's an actual restaurant.
Maestro.
There's actually a restaurant, Maestro's by me.
I don't give a flying fuck. I'm talking about right now.
You don't disrespect my steak, Lay.
Fuck that.
That's Junior. Didn't you see the fucking breakdown of the woman that I put on my story? That steak is Junior to me. Like, that steak is fucking Junior to me.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro. First of all, I want to talk to this La Flaca. I think you should take up La Flaca on this offer. She goes, "Come to me till I'll do an ultrasound." Maybe that's a good idea.
They already
pregnant to do an ultrasound.
They already did it on my shoulder. I'm good.
So I will tell you this. So in October, I went to Chicago with I mean, you know, I don't like saying it, whatever, but like, you know, with someone I used to be with, my ex, right? Okay. And first of all, Chicago has a very Gotham City vibe to it, a lot more than New York. It's funny because Gotham is New York, but the buildings and the way shit is built, there's a lot of stone. Chicago has so much fucking like statues and shit, right? So we went to the Chop House. It's one of the most famous steak places in Chicago, in the Midwest, actually. So the inside was packed, and we went during COVID. So they were like, yo, y'all can sit outside. It was brick, but they had like the heating lamps and shit. And we're like, fuck it, let's just eat outside. It's even better, you know, COVID, whatever. So we were eating like they had like old school. It's a very 1950s vibe, you know, very Frank Sinatra. So we were just eating this bomb-ass steak in Gotham City with this music vibing. And let me tell you, bro, I've never had a better meal in my life. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep it real, Toe. That's literally one of the best meals I've ever had in my life. It was a fantastic steak. It wasn't too expensive, but, you know, pricey. But, there's nothing better than a fucking incredible, amazing steak. There just isn't anything better than that. It's so good. The closest thing, probably a smaller steak. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. When I just posted it the other day for my son's birthday. We went and took him to eat a steak. We got him a whole tomahawk for his little ass. Clearly he wasn't gonna eat all that thing. But my son loves steak. And I'm sorry, man. Steak is good, bro. Steak is good.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's why me and vegans have a problem.
We shouldn't have a problem with each other though. Big companies, them farmers that be injecting them cows 85 times. You got your milk coming out all nasty and fucking just.
When like,
bro, Popeyes is delicious, but that piece of chicken shouldn't be so big.
It's true. Even though I'm a KFC guy myself, but When people go, you shouldn't eat, I have a problem. Instantly, I have a problem. You can't, I earned my right to eat this shit.
I hate turkey, Show. I hate turkey.
Blue Girl House in PA is good. We might have to go to that shit, Bleak.
Turkey, I'm the type of guy that prefers ham on Thanksgiving to turkey. Even fried turkeys, I'm kind of over that shit, bro. I hate turkey. I can't. Like, turkey be a little too gamey, even when you cook it right. Like fried turkey, I just give me the ham. Give me the ham or pernil. Exactly. Yeah, I try not to eat that much pork nowadays, but yeah, I'll take the ham or the pernil anytime. Fuck turkey, bro. And big, like the turkey leg and the turkey wing. I don't like poultry that's too big, bro. Like, if the chicken wings, like if I'm eating a chicken wing like this, bro, like that's not good, fam. Like, give me a regular sized chicken wing, well done. Believe it or not, people like to talk shit about like the Chinese food, like the hood chinos. They like to talk about shit about their like chicken wings. Them chicken wings have good consistency.
Because our cats are well fed.
Flavorful. Exactly. They might not have the best taste, but consistency, they're perfect. Yeah. Sometimes they can get a little too big. Again, I like regular size wings.
You know what wings are actually pretty good? And I haven't had them in a long fucking time. I'm talking about 10, 15 years, but the Hooters wings. I don't know if you guys are familiar. The mild wings from Hooters?
Yeah, bro, because they're not fucking massive. Bro, I'd rather have a wing that isn't super flavorful as long as it's nice and decent size and good consistency. There's nothing worse than biting into a chewy wing. Is that just me?
No, yeah.
No, I agree.
I can't stand a chewy wing. Mimi says, Caps, Thanksgiving 2022 come through. I bake my turkey with bacon on it. Okay, shit. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And I make a mean pernil. I don't know if you saw any of my posts. I be cooking now.
I make a mean pernil too, son.
Oh shit!
I make a mean pernil too, man. My mother gave me a real nice recipe. You know what my mom tried to do one time for one Thanksgiving that we never did again? I think I told you, the turducken. It's a duck inside a chicken, inside a turkey. My man, that shit took like 15 hours to cook. That Thanksgiving, we ate at like 10:30 p.m., bro. And it was like, I don't know if it was baked all the way through and all of that. So, okay, I don't mean to veer off. So, Bleak said Henny wings from BBQs. BBQs are the only massive wings that I like. They're the only ones that I like.
Yo, that shit got me sick last time. We got it like 2 weeks ago. That shit got me sick. That you can actually see it on the podcast. The toe in the show. I think not this one that just passed 2 weeks ago. You could see me. I'm like, all right, if I disappeared and I just leave, I was vomiting my brains out and then I came back.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I've eaten them a lot, and like when I pull up in New York, like the first thing my mom is talking about is like, yo, BBQs. I'm like, I bet. So when I go, there is not one wing place that I go to that I don't say, yo, get my shit well done. I need my wings crispy on the outside and not chewy on the inside. But the way I eat the wings, my dad has always done this in BBQs. You get the wing, you put some hot sauce, soy sauce on that bitch, and they're pretty good. BBQs is fantastic.
They give out soy sauce and BBQs?
Yeah, it comes right there. It comes right there in one of the little things.
Oh shit! Okay.
Sauce. Yeah. So I prefer the only big massive wings that I like are those, and the Henny ones are pretty good. I do enjoy those as well. I don't want fucking wings.
For real, son.
Hooters is good though. I respect that. I order Hooters wings over here all the time. Hooter wings is good. 1 second.
All right. So we spent our 5 minutes talking about, inspiration of food. So Lay, you want to go next for the superhero?
I don't even know how to segue into that. So from wings to night wing.
There you go. It's a circle.
It's night wing's inspiration because all the shit that could have gone wrong with that dude that did it, being raised by Batman. I mean, he should be one of the most pessimistic non-trusting, brooding assholes the world has ever seen. Because he was the first, the first Robin. But then the guy just realized, he was like, yo, how about I don't treat people like shit? How about I love the people around me? How about I get away from this crazy son of a bitch? I'm a little off my rocker too, but not as much as this guy. You know what I mean? And the fact that he's so optimistic, the fact that he led the Justice League and everybody loved him, everybody trusted him. Everybody, even Superman was like, I don't know how you did it, but you're not Batman. Yeah. I don't know. You're definitely not fucked in the head, bro. And it's amazing. So it's always great to see somebody being raised one way and they come out the other way. Oh, yeah. Or whatever situation they're in, you know what I mean? So it's always good to see that taking that negative, which is, being trained to be a weapon at the age of 12 is weird. But from that negative to this positive, and he turned it around really quick, like he just realized at one point, I can't be like this dude. I got to be my own person. And like I said, everybody loves him. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, there's not probably one lady in DC he hasn't had yet or about to claim. And I'm just saying, I'm just saying his charisma and the way he is. And, the fact that whenever he leads a team, everybody loves and trusts him because they know he has their best interest at heart. They're not chess pieces on a board like with Batman. These people are human beings to him. You know what I mean? And he loves them and he cares about them. He wants to make sure they're fine. And like I said, he ran the Justice League for how long and everybody loved it. They were like, yo, it's like Batman, but with a soul and a conscience, which is the weirdest thing to say. Because, Batman does love people. He just doesn't know how to show it. Yeah. He's like, really. So it's crazy to be raised one way and it turn out completely different. And it just shows you, no matter what situation you're in or how you started, you don't have to end that way ever. Your life doesn't have to turn out the way you think it does or you feel your surroundings are going to do it to you. You make your life whatever you want it to be. And Nightwing decided to make his life better. Yeah. It's like at the end of that epilogue in the Justice League thing when Amanda Waller tells Terry, you want to have a better life than your own man? Then have it. Treat people. Show them that you love them. And that's exactly what Nightwing do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I have another one, too, but Nightwing is definitely up there.
Nice. Hold on, Kaz, you muted. Nah, I see your lips moving.
Can't hear you.
Nah.
Maybe the earpiece isn't. Maybe he has to do the whole.
Change the mic and then change it back again. Is that when I show you guys my screen, it disconnects my mic. That's why you can't hear me, and then I have to change my mic and put it to another setting and then put it back.
That's why I stopped using the headphones really, because every time I'd put it down for too long, and I'm like,
yeah,
here we go.
We can't find a perfect solution for this shit.
I can hear you guys perfectly through this whole thing. So
nice.
Do you hear me now?
Yes. Only when you speak.
Okay, perfect. I said Nightwing is the people's champ.
Yeah.
Word.
Absolutely. So yeah,
he really is.
Yeah.
So should I go now? Or you guys want to keep talking a little more? So I have a serious one. And I have a serious one from the comics and stuff. And then I have one that is part of the comics. But I want to talk more of their character in the MCU. And, one of the biggest inspirations is the underdog story, the little guy. And all puns intended, I want to talk a little bit about Ant-Man.
Okay.
So Ant-Man is, and I'm talking about his character mostly in the MCU, portrayed by the great Paul Rudd. I think he did a fantastic job. What else is new? That Marvel makes a good casting. right? What else is new? So I think one of the most inspirational things about him is how much of a great dad he is. Like, you know, at the end of the day, like it. I know that sometimes wanting to do the right thing or wanting to help your family can often lead you to do fucked up things. You know what I mean? But that's, I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm also saying it's very understanding. Like if you, I'm not trying to say that you're gonna go murder people or something like that, but you know, if you're trying to steal something for, you know, to feed your kid, whatever, I understand. But for this conversation, again, I just want to talk about him in the MCU, the little guy, and I think it's cool to just have that turnaround story, right? Where you are this crook, where all of a sudden you are called up to action, and you can do all of these great things. And he has a fantastic, like he is. I mean, I don't want to say he's underrated, maybe, but like he's done some pretty cool things in that in the fight in Civil War when he turns big and kind of takes all of the attention to him while these guys are running off to the jet so that they can fly off. I think he's in the shows, in the movies. I think he's extremely funny. My man is doing magic, and that shit carries on to Inspector Wu in WandaVision and shit. You can see some of that. So again, just the little guy, the guy that you expect to not do anything, to just come out of nowhere and save the day. You know what I mean? What kind of better story can you have than that? I love how they portrayed Ant-Man in the movies.
Oh yeah, nah. I don't think most of the movies work without Ant-Man. He definitely was the catalyst for them going back in time.
I mean, he is the reason. Like, you know, there's no getting Thanos without him. And again, such a again small character in all, you know, in all ways. But I really think it's fun how like he's the one that comes out, saves everything. You know, I don't know, I don't, you know, Endgame and Infinity Gauntlet and all of that shit. Even Civil War, they did a lot of different shit, okay? There's tons of different stuff from the comics. But I think that shit was mad funny how, out of all people, it's Ant-Man that does it. And again, to be inspirational, you know, he turned it all around. My man's working at Dairy Queen, trying to make it work. He's like, nah, this isn't working. Let me go back to this life. He gets picked up by these people, Hank and Hope, you know, and just becomes a badass superhero. I think Ant-Man's pretty cool. His fight with Falcon is pretty dope. I think that shit was, you know, cool as hell. They developed their relationship. I think the way he's all over Captain America, you know, the famous line, you know, that's America's ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love how they did Ant-Man. And speaking of inspiration, I mean, you could always go to like, you know, Captain America is inspiring. You know, he's all inspiring. But, you know, I think part of being inspirational is also coming from a point where you can be a little bit more relatable. And I think Ant-Man has that about him.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Shit, it's crazy how a lot of the, like, basically any character you can find inspiration from in the comics.
It's all about how you see it too. We talk about perspective all the time.
Your perception and your
there's even people that you can learn lessons from.
Yeah, what you relate to the most. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, like Bleak said, Thanos, because you know he shows you accomplish your goals by any means necessary. You know, if you got to throw your daughter down a pit,
you're hella committed.
Is it for real?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, it's always good to have somebody there to be like, okay, buddy, let's talk about it. let's consider a few things here. Let's talk about it. You know, maybe we can try to just make things more available to people instead of just wiping out half so there's more. Maybe, but
let's have some conversation. It's dialogue, little dialogue.
Yeah.
Dialogue is important. Dialogue is important.
Doctor Strange, you know what I mean? From one life that he had, he went to another. He adjusted. He kind of was looking for a solution, and he found a new life. You know what I mean? And for somebody that was so arrogant that he was He was a little humbled, you know what I mean, in the very beginning, because he didn't know shit. But once he realized, all I have to do was really know how to read. Money. Started learning spells. He was on some shit.
But he was so cocky. He was so cocky. He's in that windy ass, dangerous road, doing 90 and checking text messages like, "Oh, I'm the best doctor in the world. I could fucking drive wherever I want." And then, no, you can't.
Psych.
No, you can't. Yeah, don't Don't text and drive. Don't drink and drive.
And to harken back to what Mimi said, you know, things don't happen for you; they happen to you, or they don't happen to you; they happen for you. He turned out to be a way better asset to the world as fucking Sorcerer Supreme than a surgeon.
Even in the What If episodes, my man goes completely left field and still ends up saving the fucking universe.
Oh yeah,
I want to see that guy in the MCU, because your man Vision said, "It's you. I don't have to worry about them. I have to worry about you." At that point, he's ready. I got this, bro. Even with the stones, you ain't shit. Don't worry about it, bro.
Word.
I got you, bro. He goes, "I don't have to worry about them. You're the problem." He was like, "Yeah, I am the problem. Let's do this."
My man's magic was strong enough to withhold the fucking Infinity Stones and shit.
He put them. They went into a pocket dimension of his pocket dimension. You know the levels of dope that shit is?
Yeah.
He put in a pocket dimension in another pocket dimension. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, that's another one, man.
I love in Endgame. Damn, homegirl's name escapes me. The lady from the lady that helps Doctor Strange. God damn it, I can't believe the bald lady.
The original Sorcerer Supreme.
The name escaped. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say the powerful one, but no. In all seriousness,
the one who remains.
The one I wanted to go that route, but I understood that it wasn't as funny. I'm not Toe, you know. I'm not that funny, but I love how she says how when they come back in Endgame to get him, Bruce Banner, she's like, "You're about 5 years too early. Stephen Strange's over there saving some lives. He ain't even over here no more." And then, like, when they talk about it, she's like, "Yo, he was always meant to be the best of ours." So that was just written in the stones for that guy. So, and I like that you bring this up, Lev, because inspiration, which kind of like what I was going with Ant-Man, inspiration doesn't always come from the most obvious places now, does it? You know what I'm saying? You see a guy like Stephen Strange trying to show everybody off, fancy car, fancy watches. And sometimes all you need is a little humbling to like, yo, you know, you down here with everybody else at the end of the day, you know. And I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's it. I remember I tried to explain the Hulk as inspiration to somebody, and they were like, "Impossible." I go, "Really? How's it impossible?" Here's a guy that truly hates himself, yet no matter how many turns into that animal or to that beast, he still does the right thing.
Yeah.
I mean, even in that mindset that he has, he still does the right thing. Really? Nothing inspirational about that? You don't see it? I do.
Yeah, a lot of people face demons that are within inside them, internal conflicts, and they still have to push forward and raise their kids, go to school, go to work, pay their bills and all other shit, but they're dealing with demons that we don't even know about.
Absolutely.
That's who has it the worst. It's kind of like that famous line, you know, who watches the Watchmen? You know what I mean? Because it's like, you know, a lot of people, I feel like the people that are dealing with the most shit is the people that are always there to help you out and always give advice. But who's listening to them? You know what I'm saying? Like who heals the healers? You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? And it's funny, I know, Toe, you've mentioned this plenty of times, how people come up to you like, "Damn, son, you know, you've had it so rough and all of this shit. How do you keep going? How do you keep pushing?" And it's like, yeah, it's usually the ones that are like hiding some shit that always got a smile on their face that'll help you out the most, bro. Because we all going through shit. Yeah. And one thing that I learned at a very early age is like, my bullshit ain't more relevant than your bullshit and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck how much you got. Problems are universal.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might have problems.
Absolutely.
You know, you might owe some money, or you might have lost someone, or whatever. We all go through that shit. I don't give a fuck how rich you are. I don't give a fuck how famous you are. Look at all these famous folk, you know, that, you know, take their own lives, unfortunately, and shit like that. You know, I've had a few, I had a friend, you know, rest in peace, my dude. Yeah, man, you know, unfortunately, you know, took himself out, you know, and you never, you know, and that was a shock to me, because it's like, man, this guy was the happiest kid I've seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so, you never know, man. You never know what's going on. And I think that's why these kind of episodes that we do are so important, because it's like, bro, you don't know where you could find inspiration from. It could be anybody. We're over here doing, you know, this podcast, and we're having a good time. And clearly a lot of the times we're being silly, right? But yo, you never know who you can inspire just by being silly, just by being a little funny. You know, when you have someone come up to you like, yo, bro, I was having a really rough day until I peeked into the podcast.
Yeah.
How good does that feel? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
And
Champion says, hello, everybody. What's up, Champion?
What's going on, Champion? And, you know, a little advice is like, it's okay to be in a tough spot, but it's not okay to stay there. It's not okay to stay there.
Absolutely.
You know, because
speaking of, go ahead.
No, it's like,
no, you go.
To ignore your problems is just to like pile it on and then it hits you. But to deal with it and move on is healthy. But to stay where you're at and just dwell on it, that's where you fall into that pit of, you know, possibly thinking about ending it, because that little problem became huge and it engulfed you, you know?
And asking for help. It's funny, we were just talking about Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott just there's a picture on the ESPN Instagram right now. He was running, and like his like, I guess his sleeve rolled up a little bit, and on like his like wristband or whatever, he had something that said "ask for help." You know, Dak had a brother that, you know, you know, unfortunately, you know, went down that path and unfortunately took his life. I think, I'm not necessarily sure, but and he did, right? So yeah, you know, asking for help, and again, is being inspired by someone, not just looking for the help in a way, right?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like, you know, it doesn't necessarily be, you don't necessarily have to ask someone directly for it, but maybe you watch their podcast, maybe you follow their streams. You know, the other day, yo, I didn't even think that this was gonna hit like that. But like, I posted a story the other day. It was a picture of, it was from a video game, from Ghost of Tsushima. It was that samurai walking towards the tree, and it just said, keep going. Yo, I had like 10 messages of people, yo, that's fire. Like, yo, that's crazy. It's such a good message. Like, yo, just, you know, at the end of it, like, just like Toe said, you know, it's okay to have problems. Everybody goes through shit, but getting out of it, as hard as it could be, is you should definitely try to aim for it. And one of the best things to try and get out is finding some inspiration. And it's weird where you find the inspiration from, which is, again, while we're doing this episode, we're talking about comic book characters that inspire us. And you know, you guys said a few already. You know, what else you got left?
It's funny. I was thinking, and you know, it's, once again, I'm gonna sound like a broken record, and people will be like, yo, but this one dude, seriously, again, it's Winter Soldier, man. All the hell that man went through. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I went back and I read some stuff.
Don't ever be mad about talking about Winter Soldier.
Oh, no, I'm not mad about it, but I know somebody's like, and I'm like, yo, but I'm driving home a point that this is a man that's been through some shit for, like he said, 90 years. He's been frozen, unfrozen to kill, frozen, finally gets out all that shit, and now he has to deal with the reality of everything that he did. Because before, he was brainwashed. He had nothing to deal with. But once that shit is all gone, now the world, he's literally looking at everything he's done. He goes, holy shit, how many people have I killed? What have I done? You know what I mean? And to deal with that all at once, you know, especially when you're no longer, now you're free thinking. Now all you're thinking about is still sleeps on the floor, but he can't sleep at all because he's still thinking about all. You can see all their faces. He said it. I remember all of them. I remember every.
I was just gonna say that.
So I mean, come on now, man. And he's pushing through it. You know what I mean? He finds at first he feels like he doesn't want to bother anybody with it. You know, even Sam is calling him his therapist. You know, but at the end of it, you know what I mean? He realizes these people really do want to help me, so I gotta at least give it a shot. You know what I mean? And Sam is the one there for him. You know what I mean? And that's that thing of, you know, you gotta try to get out of that hole. You know what I mean? Like he says, you try to get out of that hole you're in, get out of it, and be of service. Do something good.
Yeah.
You're living in all that. You're living in all that. But right now, this is what matters right now. Today, this minute, the second that we're talking. Be of service.
Take it one step at a time. When you're going through shit, you don't like. I know there's a saying, "Oh, you gotta stay 10 steps ahead." But when you're going through some stuff, man, you gotta deal with the step you're in now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't take it a day at a time. But to go back to the chat, Bleak makes a fantastic point. Thor, when he lost his mom's and his homeland and had to work through it, Thor is a god, but seemed the most human when it comes to emotions. That's such a great fucking point.
Absolutely.
And I remember when me and Toe officially became best friends, that I told him that my favorite part of Endgame was, Thor is in a rut with everything that happened. He feels like it was his fault. He felt unworthy. Man, that's something that I deal with a lot when it comes to giving love, receiving love, you know, special relationships that I have with people, even at work, whatever it is. You know, I always feel unworthy of love. I feel like I don't deserve love at all. And all Thor needed to do was go back and talk to his moms for 5 minutes, bro. That's all. Like, what a great fucking scene. And you could call me a mama's boy all you want, bro. At the end of the day, all he needed to do was talk to his moms. What a great scene. And it's funny. Yeah. He's a god. He definitely, I think we seen him cry the most, for sure. We seen him be the goofiest. We seen him mess up the most. That's a great point, Blake.
And he's been insecure.
Yeah. Let himself go. Gain some weight. Like, he really went through some human shit, bro. That's a great point, Blake. You should have been on the podcast to tell us that, brother.
Word. I should have had him fill in for Cap.
Yeah.
Next time, I got you.
You can see
right there. She gave him that reassurance. I love when he sticks out the hand.
Yeah.
He's waiting for it, and she's like, "It takes a little bit sometimes." God damn. Shout out to all the mamas out there, bro. Shout out to all the moms, man. We got a couple moms. We got a couple moms in the building, man. Shout out to y'all, bro.
Mimi, the Flocka,
and everyone else watching.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You can say the same thing about Rocket, man. From a guy that talks the way he talks and whatever. The moment, whatever, anything happens to Groot, especially Groot, he's like, all that foul-mouthed badass shit is out the window. All he cares about is Groot.
Yeah.
You know, it's his best friend.
So is that just a defense mechanism? Because, you know,
that is definitely his thing was everything he went through being experimented on. And his first thing is that everybody's against him, except for one person. But then he realizes with the Guardians, there's more people fucked up like me. Drax is fucked up. Star-Lord is fucked up. Gamora's all kinds of fucked up. Thanos, you're in shit in luck with the fucking mentals, man. But he realized, he goes, like when he gets up, he goes, now we're all standing like a bunch of jackasses. But he realizes we're all jackasses here. It's all of us. Yeah. So it's that turn of not being alone, not just me and him. It's us now. I am with a bunch of misfits like myself, and we're this strange, dysfunctional family, but we're family nonetheless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When someone like that can learn to open up and love, it's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean?
And what a great moment in Endgame with Nebula and
Gamora
and War Machine.
Okay.
Where when he's like, I'm altered too. You know, I feel you. You know, I got these robotic legs that I'm walking with and shit. So I get it. You know, I know what it's like to be different. You know.
Yeah, and two things. I'm sorry to cut you off, Cabs. But
no, go ahead. I'm done.
Cruz told me today, and maybe I'm getting it a little wrong, but somebody told him last week that when you're depressed, you're stuck in the past. When you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with the future. You find your peace in the present.
Absolutely.
100%. That's fucking wow.
Yeah.
That is some fine. I believe it's either Shenshu, the guy that made The Art of War.
Yeah.
It's pretty much, you're living in the future. But except you're forgetting that right now you're here. You need to be centered here. The future's going to come eventually. It's the next minute. It's the next second. It's the next hour. And the past is gone. We need to live here and then move on. Here is always here. The present is always happening. The future is going to happen. So, yeah. No, that's exactly it. That's perfect. Yeah.
That's and you have in spirituality, they mention it all the time, being present.
Mm-hmm.
That's just, it's again, and literally, I just said it like a couple minutes ago. It's like everyone's like, oh, you gotta stay 10 steps ahead, or you gotta remember your past to understand your future. And there's a lot of the shit that has been instilled in our brains, for a long time, whether it's from school or parents or family, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's a great way to say it. Like, being present is what it is. At the end of the day, you're here, you're in this moment, and there is, whether you've lived for 5 minutes or 50 years or 100 years, living is the longest thing you're ever gonna do, right?
Yeah.
And when you're constantly stuck looking back or constantly stuck looking forward, you're never smelling the roses and the flowers around you. You're never taking a knee. Sometimes it's okay to take a knee and evaluate the situation. Again, I have that little Instagram on the side and shit, and there's a lot of gamers on there. And let me tell you, man, the gamer community there's a lot of depression in the gamer community and things like that. And I try to be as positive as I can and always leave the DMs open there. Like I'm telling you, my DMs being open ain't just for show. It's for everybody. DMs open, bro. You have no idea how effective it is to speak to a stranger. I am full testament to that. But like a lot of the times I'll be telling people like, yo, take a chill. Look around you. Like clearly you got an iPhone something that you posting on, right?
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a gaming console that clearly you're playing and uploading images and shit from. You know what I'm saying? It's so easy to get stuck on what we don't have instead of what we do. And when you are in that rut, you got to look around at what inspires. And there's inspiration everywhere, bro, whether it's comic book characters, whether it's a book you pick up, whether it's your homie that just fucking, I don't know, beat his baby mama in the courts or something. There is inspiration everywhere, man. It
Wins a win.
Is. Yeah, man. Like at the end of the man, I celebrate that kind of shit, bro. If my homie just got out the courts and got a good time with his kid, and they ain't trying to get him for too much, and you got one, like man, that's important, bro. And all of the small victories, I don't care what you do, bro. You could post that you're a grown ass person and you just got an A in your quiz. Yo, that's what's up, man. Congrats. Or maybe your kid got an A on a quiz or a test. Yo, that's what's up. There's inspiration everywhere, not just superheroes, but we're focusing on superheroes today.
Oh yeah. One hero I would like to touch on is Falcon. Because at the end of the day, he's a human. You're
speaking to me, bro.
Yeah, he's a human that has the ability to fly with the wings, the metal wings and all that. But he's always in the fight. Like, he's so inspirational that Cap said, yo, I want you to be Captain America. And he takes it with no questions asked and realizes this is more than I can, basically, I bit off more than I could chew. But instead of saying like, yo, fuck it, eventually he's like, nah, I said I'm gonna be Captain America. He did the best he could, and he did his version of Captain America. You know, because you can't replace Captain America. You can only be yourself.
You exactly. And like, man, if you guys, if anybody out there didn't really understand the message of Captain America Winter Soldier, man, I suggest you give it another shot from the eyes of the Nukkle Hedd Podcast. Maybe you could go back to the first comic episode that we did and listen to how we just broke down that beautiful interaction with Falcon and Bucky and Winter Soldier and all of that. Because, man, there was a lot. Again, I know a lot of people felt really crazy about all of the racial implications in that show. But, man, again, how we spoke about it before, you're giving a black man the shield in a racially charged 2021, man. You got to talk about that. You got to talk about it. And I think it was great how they did it. And, I mean, you know, a lot of the characters that don't have powers, whether it's Marvel or DC, are probably some of the most inspiring. But, man, you bring up Falcon and what he had to do, and like, yo, I'm about to be Captain America. I'm about to be Mr. America. I'm a black man who, you know, comes from a long lineage of all this bullshit, all my people going through all this bullshit for years. How the fuck am I going to take up this mantle? And he put that shit to the side and understood that there was a bigger purpose.
Oh, yeah.
And found that inspiration, whether it was in the shield itself, whether it was in the legacy of Captain America, or it was what he could do for his people as Captain America. Whatever it was, he found that inspiration, bro.
Yeah.
Man, go back. Man, if you didn't like that show, give it another watch. Give it another watch.
For real.
You realize
it's my favorite out of the three, to be honest.
Same here. You realize what a good man could do. What he realizes how good he really is. You know what I mean? He just figured it out. He goes, yo, I'm a good man. And while my others may not think I deserve the shield, the man who had it before me does, his best friend does, and I do. And that's the only, most importantly, I do. And that's the only thing that fucking matters. I feel I deserve the shield and I can make a difference with it.
Oh, yeah.
That's all that matters.
Sometimes the inspiration comes within yourself, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Bro, listen, man, if you have to go into the bathroom and give yourself a pep talk, you know, in the mirror, that's what you gotta do. You know, if you gotta tell yourself, I'm that dude in the mirror. If you gotta tell yourself, I'm that bitch, I'm that girl in the mirror, then man, then do that. You know what I'm saying? Again, and that's again being present, where you're not thinking about the past, you're not thinking about the future. You just think about the man in the mirror, the woman in the mirror. Yeah. And you're just telling yourself, man, I am that dude, I am that woman. Like, I feel like no matter how in a rut you are, I feel like everyone in some, and maybe I'm out of lines here, but I feel like everyone in some way, shape, or form has something to offer, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it doesn't have to be like a fucking celebrity status type offering either.
You don't have to, yeah.
You know, just to be able to be like, yo, this is someone I can talk to. This is someone I can relate to. This is someone that can teach. This is someone that can learn. You know, this is someone that can create. This is someone that can use something that I created. You know, life is not about being a Kardashian or being a fucking LeBron James to be great. There's a bunch of people that no one's ever seen on TV that affected so many lives. You know, just being who they are and just being who you are is enough inspiration for other people to be who they are.
100%, bro. 100%.
And
Go ahead.
Most of the time is like a lot of people are not gonna see your vision of your life because they're not living your life. They're living their life. So they put you in a box. They put you in the limitations that they set for themselves. So you have to be able to inspire yourself to do things, because if people can't see your vision, they're not gonna believe it. But if you can see your vision and you're able to like work out your vision, like I'm pretty sure people see this podcast and they're like, oh, it's just a podcast. You're not making no money off of it or anything like that. But that's not that's their vision to make money. That's not my vision with this shit. You know what I'm saying? All that shit comes later. We're connecting with people. We're doing something.
I just like vibing.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you have the inspiration to stand up for yourself and do what you believe is right, that's inspiring to other people. You know, and
I had a situation. So, and you know, I'm not trying to get gassed, but I had a situation. So, you know, us and the guys, you know, Lad, Krills, you know, when we were younger, we used to be in the Armory PAL. We were youth counselors and whatnot. So there's tons of kids, you know, tons of kids with issues that we might not have known about, issues that they might have spoken about. So I remember these two kids. These two kids came up to, they're like 13, 14 years old. They had a mixtape. I can't even lie, man. Them motherfuckers had a whole mixtape. They had a dope cover. They were spitting. And they were like, yo, can you listen to this? So I heard it. And they were really trying to be something that I didn't think that they were at the time. So I told them, I'm like, yo, man, this shit is garbage. This is garbage. Like, and I'm not saying it's garbage because it's bad. You guys clearly have something going on here. But this ain't y'all, man. I don't think this is y'all. Like, is this what y'all do? Like when y'all leave here? I don't think this is what it is. I think you should be a little bit more yourself. Fast forward, like a couple years later. This was my last night in New York before I came here to Miami. We ran into one of those kids. And, you know, it was my last night there, so I had a couple drinks, and, you know, I was messed up, and it was just me and Krills left. It was like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. So we were talking. Hey, with the mask, let's go. Let's go. I'm going to finish the story, and I'm going to let you live, because that is a fantastic mask. So we go into the smoke shop right there on 170, between 170 and 171st and Broadway. We went to that little smoke shop. He's there. And I see him. He sees me, but you know, this guy's older. He's cooler now. So he goes, yo, what's up, Mr. Counselor? And I'm like, yo, what's up, my dude, man? What up? He was like, yo, I just want to tell you something, man. What's good? He was like, yo, you changed my life, kid. I was like, what you mean? He was like, nah, man, all those years ago, man, you know, you told me some stuff that I needed to hear, and you changed my life for the better. I just want to say thank you. I was like, damn. And I don't know if he was specifically talking about that moment, but I think he was talking about that moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And again, you never know who you're inspiring. You never know where you're going to get the inspiration from.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not even going to drag the story out anymore, because look at this beautiful camera. Can we just put this man on screen? Whole screen Bleak.
There you go.
Look at, wow. That is impressive. What other mask? I think he's muted. I can't hear him. Can y'all hear him?
No, he wasn't talking.
I don't know how much you can really talk through that mask, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of rough, man.
Yeah.
Does it light up? Does it light up and shit like the others?
Nah, so this one doesn't.
That shit is ill, bro. Yeah. That's a dope mask.
That is.
Yeah.
Yo, that's definitely COVID proof right there, man.
Yeah, it's COVID proof, man. 100%.
You could pull up into a place where masks are required with that.
Absolutely.
You just can't eat nowhere though.
No, you can't eat now.
Hey, as soon as you sit down, you can take off your mask. It's fine.
That's true.
That's how restaurants work nowadays. And, you know, we could get into that a whole other time. But Bleak, before any of us keep going, you got any motivational characters? The character that speaks to you directly, you know, hypes you up, motivates you?
That's a tough one, man.
We can come back.
I kind of draw from everybody, honestly, because I feel like every character has their own little bit of motivation you can pull from.
Facts.
So to say one specifically, I know we touched on Thor, and I think I'd have to ride with him on that.
Yeah.
I definitely think I'd have to.
I have my real character that I actually put thought into it. But if anybody want to go before that, but I actually put once tags sent the thing like, yo, so what we talk about this week. I really looked into it, and I picked a character that I didn't know about very much back in the day, but through some new media and situations, I learned a little more about. We've mentioned her on the podcast. if you guys want to go first, go and I'll go after.
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask about female, characters that inspire. So go ahead.
I have
that one. I got one.
I have one that is like that I can relate to more than anybody else, even more than Punisher, and a woman actually. But you got one? Go ahead, man.
So I wanted to bring up Miss Marvel herself, Kamala Khan.
Okay.
So again, I learned a lot about Kamala through the Avengers game that just dropped. I have to be completely honest with you. Kamala Khan is someone that I know about. I know about the Marvels, the Marvels, whatever you want to call them at this point, right? But I knew about them, but I went back. I think in terms of an inspirational character, it really doesn't get better than Kamala Khan because she was inspired by all of these heroes. You know what I'm saying? Like her thing is living in this world where she's inspired by all of these dudes and these females and just kicking ass. And then unfortunately she has a freak accident and whatnot. And then bam, she is now part of the crew. And I hate to say that it was a controversial character because in my eyes, there shouldn't be any controversy about this. But Marvel's first openly Muslim character, you know what I'm saying, from Jersey. I know we have our things with Jersey, but at the end of the day, they are our neighbors.
I'll let it slide with her, man.
Yeah.
I'll let it slide with Kamala. Khan. I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do with Kamala in her show, what they're gonna do with Kamala in the movies. And again, when you talk about inspiration, you know me, I always talk about the little guy. That's literally how I started the show. Kamala Khan comes to mind. Another one for me that I mentioned Homegirl before, Jubilee. I don't know what it is about my love for Jubilee. I love Jubilee. I've always had a thing for her. Again, just being the little guy and like being and we get some of that in Captain America Civil War with Spider-Man, where he is this hero and he's been doing it for a couple months already, saving people, stopping buses from crashing on people. But then he's around all of these real heroes or like these bigger heroes and he's just geeked. And that's something I like about Kamala Khan, that no matter how big she's gotten, no matter how much respect she's gotten, no matter how powerful she is, she always gets geeked out when she's around superheroes, whether she's meeting Thor, whether she's meeting Cap, she's meeting anybody. Like that to me is like verbatim inspiration, where this is what you always aspired to be. You're finally there. And once you're there, you're still humble about it. And these people that inspired you in their presence. I think Kamala Khan is a fantastic character that I wish I learned about a little bit earlier.
I agree with you on that.
The Kamala definitely is. And the fact that her treatment has been fast forwarded so quickly from the show to the movies, like she's literally going from one to the other like that.
But they're trying to get Kamala Khan out there, and
it's funny because you can tell they're trying to get a young Avengers out there too, because Kate Bishop is right away gonna be spiraled in, and then they're gonna bring everybody else along.
We got Hawkeye in a month.
Yes, dude.
In a few weeks.
It's funny because Hawkeye
in a few weeks. Exactly.
You get Hawkeye, and right off of Hawkeye, you get the book of Boba Fett. So you're like,
oh yeah, rolling
into them. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean. Kamala, like you said, she's a fan first. Then she's a fan first. Literally a fan first, then a hero. That's not the way she works. Like, oh, let's take a selfie. Like, oh, we're on a mission. We need to focus here. I understand. I get it. Like the great thing in the comics, the one person that understands it the most is Cap. Cap, you're like, yo, I understand you're starstruck, but we're on a mission and you need to focus right now. Please focus.
We need to.
For the love of God, I love you to death, but you need to focus on the mission right now. Love her. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of her.
Is she the greatest Captain Marvel or the most loved? Like I get confused. I'm confused.
Probably the most loved.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
she's pretty strong, bro.
Yeah, she is. Yes. Because Monica Rambeau was Captain Marvel for a minute, but then they changed her name. She was like for a little bit, but then she changed her name. Like, I don't like this name anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, but she's powerful, so it's good. You know what I mean?
Monica Rambeau, that's not Spectrum, right?
Spectrum, yeah. That's
okay.
Her.
Okay. All
Spectrum.
right.
That's the one that was in WandaVision.
Yes.
The girl. That's
All
her.
right. Nice.
And she's gonna be also in the Ms. Marvels.
Oh, nice.
Kamala Khan. It's her, and then the other one. I don't like talking about her. She sucks.
Nah, I hate you.
The other one, the other guy I had was Wolverine, 100%. I see Wolverine. I see myself so much, not just facial hair, but the attitude, the way he approaches things, just his whole around being, which sounds horrible at the beginning of it. But if you know anything about Logan, when he's with somebody, he loves somebody, he loves them fiercely. Rogue, Jubilee, Katie, any of the X-Men, probably except not Cyclops or Gambit, kind of like, but anybody else, he protects them fiercely. He loves them fiercely, and he's overcome all his bullshit and still managed to do the right thing. You know what I mean? So for somebody to have the past that he had and never realize who he was, to still do the right thing, we're not really having a past in his own mind, and then starting to learn who he was and still do the right thing. I mean, you know what I mean? Like I said before, your past doesn't define you. Your present does. So do better in your present and be a better person.
He served. Shout out to the veterans.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he did. He served way too many wars. Way too many wars. He's been through a couple of them, but yeah, definitely you can be better than your past any day. Just you gotta want that change. You can ask for help. Like Xavier helped him, the X-Men helped him. So you can be better any day of the week. You gotta take that first step, and people are here to help you.
Oh yeah.
Like the DMs are always open. You never have to fight. You never have to fight any battle alone. You never do. You know what I'm saying? Don't choose that path. Choose a path with support. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A name came to mind. I thought of somebody for inspiration. First and foremost, I want y'all to know I got my Ediths on.
Yeah, I saw that. Don't get no drone strikes on us. Yeah. Don't drone strike the vegans.
I'm going to stand for the vegans. It's on the way.
All right, cool.
I'm gonna go with Professor X. Okay. And one of my main reasons why, he sees the good in everyone.
Yeah.
Regardless of how twisted you might be, he sees the good in you. And I think everybody needs just that little piece of Professor X, man. You gotta. I mean, people are messed up, but you got to be able to see the good in them as well.
Yeah.
Agree. Yeah,
because even there's good in everyone, and I mean, look at his ragtag group of people that he put together. I mean, some of them are stand-up characters.
Absolutely.
So we got people like Logan that Led just mentioned who needed work. Let's just be honest. He needed some work.
100%.
I mean, it's also it's real easy when Professor X, could tap into your mind like, yo, listen, I'm not the bad guy. If somebody from across the room is talking to your head, you might have to believe them. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
And then you have your Gambits and even Rogue, because Rogue, how difficult is it for Rogue to open up to anybody when the poor girl needs to be dressed up head to toe so that she doesn't accidentally touch somebody and drains their power? And he got these band of misfits together and made something pretty incredible. And you don't necessarily have to be a bad person. Even instability. Look at Jean Grey. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Jean Grey wasn't inherently a bad person. She was a freaking powerful from the very, very, very beginning. The girl's been powerful her entire goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? And for him to harness that, tap into it, and turn her into, Jean has her days. Yeah. she has her sagas, let's say. She has her sagas.
And they get dark.
They get boy, do they get dark. Yeah. Are we ever going to see, fellas, I'm sorry for veering off. Are we ever going to see are we going to see a real deal, to the book, good adaptation of Dark Phoenix? Are we ever going to see that, y'all?
We gotta trust and fight. We gotta trust and fight.
Yeah.
But we gotta see that, bro. We gotta give it time. We gotta give it time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It'll be one of those things where the technology will make when she turns to the Phoenix look crazy. Technology is great now.
Are we gonna be done with her? Are we gonna be done with her by the time we get a live action good adaptation of Dark
If we're not
gonna be done with her?
If we're not done with the Star Wars, Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man movies by now.
True. This is true. Because how many Batman movies has DC been living on till now?
Like 12.
It's been a few. It's been a few.
Hard on what?
Yeah.
And we were writing hard on Spider-Man for how long?
Oh yeah.
It's been a minute.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? I can give her some leeway because the director for X-Men 3 had no business directing an X-Men movie.
At
all.
He
was doing Rush Hour before he did that.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Who thought this was a good idea?
I agree.
Rush Hour, X-Men. I don't see the comparison.
It's not even that funny, the movie.
Oh no, I understand why it was unfinancially. Yeah. Artistically, it was a fucking horrible choice.
It was trash. Yeah, absolutely.
And the funny, when the Juggernaut has an accent thicker than anybody here right now, I'm like, why is he British? I miss. Where in the comic book did I read he was British?
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
But the funny thing is, he's white.
Bro.
He's white. You got him right. He's white. By the way, I love Finney Jones. Don't throw it out there.
Facts.
Amazing character. But what? He's white. Nailed that part. Then I'm like, but he's British?
The CGI Juggernaut was way better in Deadpool.
Oh yeah,
100% better.
Oh yeah,
without question.
Completely agree. Bro.
Even the Colossus.
Oh yeah,
Colossus.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to give me a CG Wolverine, and he's just like little and stocky and nasty and hairy, if you want to do that, I'll listen to your sales pitch.
I don't know.
Okay.
Give me a wig.
Okay. I am in Hollywood. I'm in Hollywood, right? And I am in the elevator with a big exec who is about to do the X-Men movie. How do I tell him to do a CG Wolverine?
Give me a wig and I'll fucking do it. I'm hairy enough. I'm his height. I'm hairy enough. I got the attitude. I'll cut a motherfucker up.
He's not drinking any water. He's ready to go.
That's right. We ready to go. There's no vegan. Yo, the water rusts the fucking adamantium. Just so you know, Cavs. So I'm not gonna rust that shit, and it's only gonna be shiny because the soda's gonna fucking take up all the impurities of the motherfucker. So we out here, babe. I'll be the fucking Wolverine.
I hate how you relate stuff so good. Like you really just say, you know what? The waters is gonna mess up the adamantium. Is gonna rust it. And I drink so much soda that all of the adamantium is going to be squeaky clean.
Yep.
I hate how that makes sense. I hate how it makes sense.
I don't have all the facts for no reason. I'm just saying.
All right.
I can see, man. Holy shit.
All right, listen. If we do a CGI Wolverine right, can Andy Serkis just do the motion capture? That man is the king of motion capture.
Yeah. I give you that. Yeah.
He does apes, gorillas, fucking the dude from the Lord of the Rings. He does it all.
Hey, you want to talk about inspirational? Let's talk about Caesar, all right?
No, that's not a bad thing. He led his people.
He did, man.
I can't. He was the one that he got it first, and he goes, I got this. And even James Franco was like, I'm mad at you. You might have a point.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you lead your people, I got no problem with it. Doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's almost like Magneto.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. You know what? See, I was going to mention Magneto, but the problem is there's a fine line between leading and death.
Yeah.
Right? This man wants to drop. He said he would drop a city on Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
The problem is there's a lot of people that follow Adolf that are just idiots or simple-minded, and they really don't deserve to die. They're just like, I don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? They're lost. progression. I mean, they're lost. Usually, when people follow leaders like that, they're lost. You know what I'm saying?
What do you guys think about Andy as Alfred?
Who?
I mean,
Andy Serkis as Alfred.
I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with it. You know, because I know
I'm in love with the cast.
What happened?
I like this weird cast that they chose.
I mean, look at the Riddler. Look at the Riddler. Yeah. The Riddler doesn't even look like the Riddler.
No.
Like with the whole gear he has. I'm like, yo, what? And the whole thriller vibe. We're just gonna go to it now because we're already here. We're gonna go to the Batman now because we're already here at this point.
Yeah, we're here. We're here.
We're on our last hour, right? We're on our last hour. Yeah.
We're doing this, right? So, first of all, the Selena Kyle. I am a sucker for Zoe Kravitz. I just like the way she looks.
Sure.
She has like, I'm not going to say exotic because that's stupid. She's just hot.
It's a different vibe. Yeah, it's a different vibe.
Yeah, she's completely different. But she also looks like very seductive. Like she has that look to her. Like, yo, she looks you in the face. She talks to you. You want to hit that right there in front of the crowd of people you're in. I'm not lying. Just look at her eyes. I'm like, yo, I want that.
Yep.
Apparently, that's like a trend right now in New York. Everyone's just fucking outside. It's so
bro. That's a thing.
Social distance.
You see it?
That's the thing. Right. No. Once they realize, yo, we got the booster shots. Everybody went ape shit.
We outside. We outside. Real.
And we're out. Yo, we're in train stations putting in work, literally.
Yo, people almost died and they were held captive in jail. When I can get free, I'm fucking on the train. That's on their bucket list.
By any means necessary, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly. There you go. That's exactly it. But then I'm just gonna go to Jeffrey Wright, the Watcher, the awesomeness that he is. Jeffrey Wright is Commissioner Gordon. I remember I read somewhere where somebody goes, "Why is he black?" Doesn't matter. The man can act his ass off.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Top tier.
Jeffrey Wright is true, son. Absolutely. Make no mistake about it. That man can act. If he can be Dominican and Puerto Rican-ish as peoples, he can be anybody.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So let's get that correct. Of course, Andy Serkis as Alfred is beautiful. By the way, Colin Farrell as a Penguin, I didn't even know that was fucking him. I'm like, yo, isn't Colin Farrell in this movie? All of a sudden, like, that's him. I was like, where?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty sick. It's pretty sick makeup. It reminds me of the Penguin of the Arkham series. The video games. Yeah, it reminds me of that one.
And the funny thing is, they're gonna do
I love this weird vibe that
they're gonna do a penguin thing.
First, I was nervous about it.
They're gonna do a penguin thing, and then they're gonna do a GCPD where those two will cross. Clearly, he's a mobster. But then Robert Pattinson threw me off. But then that first clip where he's beating the shit out that dude that he's not stopping. That even Catwoman is also. Anybody gonna do this? She's gonna let him go.
I love when he says, when you see that light, it ain't a sign, it's a warning. I talk about the Arkham series all the time, the Arkham video games that they did with Batman. And in the progression of those video games, you can see how unhinged Batman is by Arkham Knight. When it comes to Arkham Knight, it is Christmas Day. It is Christmas night. He needs to figure all of this shit out in this one evening. Bro, he is the definition of unhinged in a sense. So I've always loved this year one Batman, this notion of fuck all the rules. I need to get this shit done. So I read somewhere, and I'm throwing this back to you guys, and we'll start with you, Bleak. I want to know what you feel about this. They said that most of the time he's in the bat suit. We're not getting much Bruce Wayne. Now it's a 3-hour movie. I don't know what that means, but if we have a movie, and let me tell you, I don't like calling it Batman. I like calling it The Batman. So we have The Batman, and it's mostly him in the suit. How do you feel about that, Bleak?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna say it's about time.
You think so?
I'm tired. Listen, I understand the man lives a double life, but I'm tired of the whining and dining, all this extra. I don't need all of that no more.
You don't need him to buy buildings.
I don't need that no more. I need the gritty Batman.
Yes. Yeah.
That's all. Just give it to me. Don't sugarcoat anything. I want the real deal Holyfield. Give it to me. It took them long enough, but they're doing it though.
Yeah. don't get me wrong. I love seeing smooth, suave Bruce Wayne. Like, it was dope in The Dark Knight when he pulls up late to his own party with two girls and a chopper. Like, it's beautiful. I get it. You buying hotels, you riding in expensive cars and foreigns and all of that shit. But let me just, again, I said it on the chat. I just want to see Batman. I just want to see a detective detecting shit. Just let me see you detecting shit. You know what? It's funny. A lot of people are kind of mad at the dark around his eyes. I am a fan. Like, this Batman looks like he's over it in this one. And then I had a conversation with someone, and they told me they don't like how he says, "I don't care what happens to Bruce Wayne."
What do you mean?
I kind of agree. Like, fuck Bruce Wayne. Let's see a whole if it's a 3-hour movie, let's see 2 hours and 15, maybe 2 hours and 20 of just Batman. So I'll send it to you, Toe. What do you think about that, Toe? Just straight Batman, no Bruce Wayne shit.
Well, if they're gonna do action-packed shit, I get it. But you need some kind of Bruce Wayne, because like in the cartoon, like the dynamic between Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle, you know, that whole shit, like Bruce Wayne, you know, in those parties mixing up with the rich people or at work doing some shit, and then, you know, a lot of the shit Batman couldn't detect, he was Bruce Wayne. So when like when they were making those robots, he went as Bruce Wayne to the things like, how does this work? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of stuff that Batman can't get to that Bruce Wayne can, and vice versa. So I would agree. I would agree. 45 minutes Bruce Wayne here and there, scattered around. Just let him. 3-hour movie. You know, scatter them around, bits and pieces. Like, let's keep it real. Show him fucking a bitch. Because that, when I saw the trailer,
the tone of this movie at all.
When I saw the trailer and Catwoman was feeling him, let her know she ain't the only one in his life. Yeah. I want to see Bruce Wayne fucking a bitch. And if he's gonna beat up people until there's no mercy left, let's do that shit.
All I'm saying is it took him long enough, right? Just like in you guys watched the Teen Titans, the series that was on.
Yeah.
When he went left field and finally killed the Joker, I was like, okay, give me some more of this Bruce Wayne.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was like, about time. Shit.
And then that's the end. I was upset when they got rid of it. I said, I want more of this.
I feel like we're at a place with Batman where it's okay to kind of forego Bruce Wayne a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I love Bruce. I'm stuck somewhere in the middle where I do want to see the smooth suaveness. I need to see your Bruce Wayne as well as your Batman to make a full, like assessment. One of the main reasons why I think that Ben Affleck was a good Batman, I think he did a good job at both. But whatever, we can go into that later. But I do want to see both. But man, so from the beginning, that first trailer that we saw where he's just beating homie down, I said, whoa, this is what we're doing in this one? So I was taken to that. Then you hear a little bit more like, this is going to be straight detective noir shit. I'm like, okay, now I hear 3 hours with mostly Batman, unhinged, detecting shit. And I'm like, fuck, this sounds incredible. Yeah. And again, we can't judge too much of the movie. We watched the trailer. We've seen cool trailers before that end up in bad movies. I am way more excited than I was before. I love the shot that it's like it's the sun is setting and he's just looking over his city. I do love that shot. But let's see, Lad, what do you think about not that much Bruce Wayne and more Batman?
I'm not gonna lie to you. To me, is the actor for it, and I've never I've seen some of his stuff after Twilight. I've only seen a couple of minutes of a Twilight movie, but I've seen a couple things after. And the Batman part, I completely understand. He's played characters really gritty. Really, I forgot this one movie where he's a douche.
Where he's a soldier.
But he's not a Bruce Wayne douche. You know what I mean? Bruce Wayne is a certain level of douchey sometimes. Christian Bale knocked that out of the fucking park. His level of douchebag.
Rich kid douche.
Exactly.
Douche.
But Absolutely. The one that I think is an unsung great Bruce Wayne that really plays to the Batman both sides is Val Kilmer's. he had a very good, like, he really didn't know how to balance it out. He was trying so hard.
Yeah.
Like even when Chase is in the thing, she's in the bag and he kicks down the door to get to her. I'm like, yo, first of all, how the fuck did you kick down that door? Nobody says anything about that. This is Bruce Wayne. Why is he kicking doors down? All right. Second of all, you gotta pay for that. But, that's a dual thing. I want to see Bruce early. Like Bruce early. Give me the Bruce Wayne early. So I can be like, okay, he's an okay Bruce Wayne. But I need so much Batman that I want to get to the point like, yo, he never takes off the suit.
Facts.
Because I've seen a lot of Bruce in other movies.
Yeah.
In the George Clooney movie, I've seen way too much Bruce.
Yeah, that was
way too much Bruce. With Ben Affleck, I felt like I needed more Bruce.
Yeah.
Because of the way the movie was structured. Because it was him and Henry Cavill, so there wasn't enough time for for that. But he played good Bruce when they were face to face. He was a great Bruce when they were face to face.
Yeah,
like he sounded like the Bruce from the animated series and almost a little bit of the Returns too. He had that to him. So I need to see him early, and then just give me all Batman to the point where I'm like, yo, that suit has to stink because he hasn't come off yet.
Absolutely.
That kind of level. You know what I mean? Give me some. I want to see your early Bruce because Bruce is important. Bruce is how he hides from the world in reality. He's Batman first, and then he's Bruce.
Yeah.
So give me that Bruce first. See what you like. By the way, the Highlander shit, they all had it on.
Yeah.
It is like they didn't show Keaton or anybody else.
They all had it on. Yes.
They all had it on.
He's so young into it that he takes it off and he shows it.
Yeah.
Because this is the second year he's been Batman, I believe, in this story.
Mm-hmm.
This is his second full year. So he's still, the suit tells you that shit is pieces. It's not a whole suit.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So he's still relatively young to the game.
Yep.
Of course he's going to do that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By the way, the suit, crazy, the car, when it flies through the flames.
Do you like it? Do you agree? Yeah.
Fuck. Can't get away from this dude.
Yeah.
Amazing. But I want Little Bruce, mostly Batman.
Yeah, you give a little bit of development to the story, but I want to ask Whippin' the whole rest of the time.
Yeah, the only part of Ben Affleck's Bruce I didn't like was that he was 007. The sneaking in and shit like that, leave that for Batman. Like, for me, like, Bruce is a weapon that you use for the meeting with people to talk, like you introduced with Wonder Woman or Lex Luthor and all other stuff. Yeah, but the sneaking in places and all, that's Batman.
Yeah, but to be fair, Wonder Woman was sneaking into shit too, bro.
But remember, we spoke about the persona he has for the gangsters.
Yeah.
So in turns, Bruce can do both. He can turn to that person and he can do that. You got to remember, at the end of the day, he's always Batman. He pretends to be Bruce.
I hear you. It's just, to me, it felt more like 007 than actual Batman or Bruce Wayne.
In a suit? Is he because he's in a suit?
There are similarities. There are similarities.
No, there are
between
the characters, yes.
007 and
the funny thing is, especially this is your Casino Royale. This is Casino Royale pretty much. You're getting here. This is the Batman Casino Royale.
And
literally,
did anybody here not like Ben Affleck? Did anybody here not like Ben Affleck as Batman?
Nah, I liked him.
Surprisingly, I figured he was one of the best. The little bit we saw him, he was one of the best Batmans that I've seen.
Ben Affleck is also a good director. If he would have gotten that trilogy, I think we would be talking a lot different about Ben Affleck's Batman.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. I felt like once you see a movie like The Town, and you think Batman in The Town, that's great. That's what I picture: Batman in a movie like The Town.
Yes.
So it would have been perfect, especially that Batman, the older, grislier, bigger Batman, because Ben Affleck is not a small man by any means necessary.
No.
And if that scene in the warehouse shows you anything, that Arkham fight scene, because that shit was right out of the Arkham game.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That would have been next level, man. But this one looks like it's doing the same thing.
Yeah. No, for real. Yeah.
And by the way, the fact that it's called The Batman after that cartoon that people really don't like, but it's really good.
I love it.
And here's the fun part: in that one, it's also his second year as Batman. When we follow him, it's exactly the same story almost.
Oh shit! Okay.
It's his second year. Yeah, it's his second year as Batman. So the titles are the same, and the story is as well. That one wasn't that violent, but it was good.
Yeah. Hey, okay.
Speaking of when you said The Town and Ben Affleck, when Val Kilmer was on there, I was thinking about Heat.
Yeah.
We can't sleep on that. It was a great movie. Side note.
No, yeah. No, for real. Yo, if there's one Bruce Wayne,
I think the thing about go ahead, Tom.
If there's one Bruce Wayne I do not want to see in this movie, and that's a fucking young Bruce Wayne. I don't want to see his parents die no more fucking times, bro.
Oh yeah, no. That's that origin.
Yeah,
I don't think we'll see it. Maybe a quick 5 seconds. Maybe a quick image of like him seeing the gun blast or something.
Mention it. You just don't show it.
Yeah. You shouldn't spend more than 5 seconds, maybe 10, 20 tops. Don't give me more than 1 minute of the parents. And look, me personally, as important as I think it is, whether it's Spider-Man, whether it's Batman, I think you gotta just mention it. But I don't think the world is ready for 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes of seeing this. It's a 3-hour movie. You can pack a lot of shit in there. I personally, like, for me, it wouldn't bother me, but for the world, you can't do too much about it.
Because that's what I loved about the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yep. They mentioned it.
We know Uncle Ben.
They talked about it and it was done with.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Uncle Ben mentioned it.
That's what led him to this.
They don't even talk about it. They just show his briefcase.
Yeah,
but see,
it says Ben Frank Parker.
But you know, it's crazy. See, but then on the flip side, you got like Tony. And it's constantly about the dad.
Yeah.
It's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Maybe that's why you can't do it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you can't.
Yo, quick question about this Batman. Is it in the same universe as the Joker movie and or the Harley Quinn movies?
So far, no. So far. They're doing that whole multiverse thing too. So
okay.
You never know.
Well, you never know. Which Joker are we talking about here? Hope you're not talking about Jared Leto.
No, the last one. No. The Joker movie.
Joaquin.
Yeah. Because they killed his parents in that fucking movie.
BX Joker.
Yeah, they killed him in
BX. That's BX Joker.
They killed him in that fucking movie. So if it's in the same franchise, then at least you killed him already. So now we can talk about the Batman.
Well, you know, if they did bring him in, I'm not subjected to Joaquin Phoenix. I like the movie. The Joker. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I liked it also.
I have things about that movie. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, and I'm not one of those people that think, "Oh, I need to see CG." And no, it's not. I'm totally not that person. I do think that this is just the comedian or taxi driver in a Joker skin, in a weird Joker skin. You could literally strip down Joker and it's just the comedian. I will say that. But I mean, a lot of movies take from it. I enjoyed watching it. I feel like it's something that was in my head for a couple of days and then right out.
I think
like I don't bring up that movie much more.
I haven't watched it again.
No, I've only watched it once.
I haven't watched it again.
Yeah.
The first time I watched it, to me, it was more of a movie about mental illness.
For real, yes. It's all about mental
broke that mental illness for you, and then I was like, oh shit, okay.
They just put a face paint on it, and they called it a guy we know that we would recognize.
That's pretty much what it was.
Which is my problem with the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies, where I feel like it could have been anything. It could have been Teenage Mutant Ninja Wolves. Could have been Teenage Mutant Ninja Dogs.
Yeah.
Nothing made me feel like it was the Turtles. So same thing with this Joker movie. I feel like you just took a movie about mental illness and health and put a Joker skin on it.
Put a Joker skin on it,
so that maybe it could relate to more people. Maybe you wanted to do something a little bit more comic bookish and artsy. And I'm not saying I didn't like the movie. I'm just saying it was in one ear out the other. I don't think about that movie much more anymore, as opposed to like even Batman versus Superman. I think about that movie a lot more than the Joker.
Yeah.
And again, I know it's so different to judge them. They're two totally different fucking films. I get it, but I have my things about that movie.
I mean, to me, it's kind of hard when you had Heath Ledger and then you had actors after him.
Yo, but would Heath Ledger's Joker be as good as he was if he didn't die?
Yes.
Whoa,
yes,
bro, hands down. I mean, I think he played it to a T, bro.
He played the psychopath to an absolute
yes.
T. He cared about nothing but.
I personally like I like the gangster. I've said this on this podcast many times. One of my favorite elements of Batman is the mafia element to it. I love that underground, the Falcones and all of that shit. I love that shit. I'm a big fan of Wise Guys and all of these. I love that shit. We could talk about the Bronx Tale, Goodfellas, Godfather, all you want. I love that shit.
The Many Saints of Newark.
I did. I mean, that's a little out there, but we can talk about it. We can talk about it. But I do love that aspect to it. So that's why I do, enjoy all of that stuff as well. But
I just love when there is no reasoning with someone. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? With the villain. They're like, yo, no matter how we go about it, we don't give a shit about money. You setting this shit on fire right now.
Exactly. When he lit that money on fire, that solidified it right there.
And he goes, yo,
that's why
I care about dynamite, gasoline, shit. Like, I don't care about this shit.
Absolutely.
When you can't reason with an enemy, that's what makes him interesting to me.
That was the point that I was trying to make. I'm sorry, I blanked out a little bit. That's why I do like Jack Nicholson's Joker a little better, because he was the mobster type. I enjoyed that Joker more than Heath Ledger. But what Heath Ledger did, man, that shit was incredible. It was great.
The cartoon, I think it's The Killing Joke or some shit like that, when the Joker's in that little tunnel of love shit and he's just skipping along shooting motherfuckers like
that's the Dark Knight. Dark Knight.
That to me, I was like, that is what the Joker. That's how I see the Joker. And Jack Nicholson played that in this movie. When he's doing the little kapow, 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 he's just fucking shooting.
And he's just dancing and shit. Yeah, he's like,
straight up, I don't give a shit. Boom, there you go. Boom, hey, you're there. I love you. Wow, to me, like psychopath shit. I get Heath Ledger's psychopath shit, but that's more like of a tame psychopath. Like this motherfucker's like a straight up. Like if Michael Myers had a sense of humor, that's the fucking Joker. To me.
I don't know. I don't know if he was tamed.
Heath Ledger was tamed?
No. But it was more of a controlled type. Like it was a thinking man psychopath.
It wasn't Jared Leto. It wasn't Jared Leto psychopath.
No.
It wasn't Jared Leto. Jared Leto was off his fucking rocker, and if we even want to call that Joker, I feel like it's a more precise crazy that. This guy,
he's more
exudes,
like a scary,
very
crazy.
He's like, I wouldn't call it psychopath. I would call it more maniacal. Maybe,
like menacing.
Okay. Menacing, maybe even the term, because he has his little moments, but like I think Jared Leto is the psychopath. I think he's the complete psycho, and then on this spectrum of Joker. You have the gangster, well, look, on a scale of Mark Hamill to Jared Leto, I think you have Jacko right here. I think you have Heath Ledger right here, and then you have psychopath Jared Leto all the way over there. I think it was a fresh take on Joker, but man, I think he just bodied the performance, even from the little lip licking thing, which was never a Joker thing, but man, he kind of owned that shit and made it his own, and a lot of people like they remember that lip licking thing. They remember that shit a lot from Heath Ledger, even when he's like when he's combing his hair with the knife, when he's talking to this girl, that he's just like combing. He's like, "You must be a Batman squeeze, his squeeze," and he's just combing his hair. My favorite part of that movie is when that same part when he walks in there, he's like, "Have you seen Batman? Have you seen Batman?" He goes to the person, he goes, "No," and like grabs her head and goes, "No," and then he grabs the cup of wine, throws the wine out, and then sips the cup. I was like, "Yo, incredible when he does that." I think it was a fresh take, but it was good.
To me personally, my favorite part was when he's in the jail cell.
The clap.
Yeah,
absolutely. Just the whole demeanor was like, I don't care. I already know what's about to happen. I'm not worried about it. The situation doesn't bother me. Let's get on with it.
So we on some,
which apparently
congratulations.
Which apparently was improvised. He just did that, and they said, "Yo, keep rolling, don't stop, focus on him, get a shot of that." And
that would be a Joker thing.
It's unfortunate. I feel like he could have grown so much more into maybe a Joker that might have seemed a little bit more familiar to us if he got to Dark Knight Rises, because he would have. I mean, we could all agree that if he didn't pass, he would have been in Dark Knight Rises. I don't think you just get rid of him. I don't think you kill him off or he goes somewhere else. I don't think so. So maybe we could have seen him evolve a little bit. Like, yo, what you did was fantastic, but now you're in the shit. Now you have your mortal enemy, Batman. Now you know that if you want to get to this guy, you're gonna need a little bit more resources. Maybe at that point we could have had him link up with some more people, maybe get into it with the Falcons and all of that shit, maybe link up together. Maybe we'd see that more Jack Nicholson type of a Joker. Because let me tell you, when he's in the parade and he's just fucking launching money at people, that shit is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I love, man, Jacko's Joker was insane. But it's sad what happened to Heath Ledger, man. I think we could have seen a lot more beautiful Joker shit happening with that kid, man. And it's sad, bro. It's very sad.
How do you guys feel about Jared Leto's Joker? Because to me, I got more of a Black Mass vibe than the actual Joker.
I mean, for what the movie was, I think he played it perfectly.
So that's what I was gonna say. I think he fell into the movie's role too much.
Yeah.
Which is not Jared Leto's fault. Jared Leto's a great actor. I'm not saying that he did bad. He was written maybe a little poorly. He was written to fit into this wacky movie.
Yeah.
And maybe he was a little too wacky himself. And there was, like, Joker always has one-liners, but some of his one-liners were a little like, this bird is baked. Like, God damn it. Like, it was a little too wacky for me. And I know that is weird. We're talking about the Joker too wacky, impossible. But it was just, like, I think Bleak makes a good point. They made it for the movie, and it just kind of went a little left field.
Oh, yeah. When Harley Quinn winds up...
What did you think about it?
Better than you? You're like...
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Just thinking about it now is like Jack Nicholson's the only Joker that actually made people smile, even though they're dead. They still smiled. Like in the cartoon, most of the time, like you laugh and
he literally made them smile.
You know, yeah.
He literally made them smile, like he's fucking dying laughing with that gas.
But I was clarified. I got Black Mass vibes off him because he was more of a gangster than what the Joker is. You know, like and it was more freaky than menacing or psycho.
It was freaky. It was freaky.
Like, you're looking at my
very
girl.
Saw-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
very Saw-ish.
Yeah.
You're looking at my girl over there? You want a piece? She's yours now. Like, what?
Like,
that shit. Like, the tats. The tats. I was like,
that too. And
it's funny, but no. Here's the thing. There is a Joker in the comics that I forgot what writer made him that way. Like the writer said, I want the artist to make him with the tattoos, and I was like, the Joker is part of the Yakuza? What the fuck? What's going on here?
Yeah.
That's my dragons. I'm like, what the fuck did he become Asian? What's going on here?
It's funny. Jared Leto did that movie. Was it called The Last Ronin?
Where you on Netflix?
The Last Yakuza. I think. Outsider.
Yeah, Outsider. I'm like, yo. When I first saw that comic, I picked it up and I was like, "Look at my boy, yo, what is
good movie?"
Going to Yakuza.
I enjoyed it.
He was like, "Yo, I have no idea what fucking Joker that is, but I'm not reading that." I was like, "Oh, I'm like, I didn't realize he was Asian." And the funny the look looked Asian, like even his eyes, and I was like, "This is not the Joker I know." I'm sorry,
it was too much. Yeah, he had fronts in and stuff. Like it was a bunch.
And while we are on the topic of Joker, shout out to Cesar Romero.
Yes.
Yes.
First live adaptation of Joker.
And
shout
respect
out to
to not cutting off your mustache.
Shout out to the Caribbean.
Yeah.
My man, he was Cuban-American actor representing for the Caribbean and the Latinos everywhere doing Joker. Shout out to Cesar Romero, bro. Cesar Romero. And his Joker was more funny than anything. I mean, that entire show was meant to be a little funny, but I really enjoyed his laugh.
Yeah, me too. I was going to say that. I loved his laugh. Yeah.
It's the first live action Joker laugh that we seen or what we heard. I think it was really funny. It was pretty good.
The one, yo.
Shout out Cesar Romero.
Jared Leto's laugh I couldn't stand. I'm like, my man, what is wrong with you? Why can't you just laugh?
It was just poorly written.
No, it was
too hard. He was trying too hard.
Yeah, because I guess he was. Look, everybody tries to put their own spin on it, and I understand and I respect that. Right? It's the same thing with Bruce Wayne and Batman. Mm-hmm. You try to do your own little thing, but there's doing your own thing, and then they're just looking at the script and going, "Yeah, I'm going to follow this directly."
Yeah, you got to capture the essence. There wasn't much essence in him. Like the Snyder cut of the Justice League, him at the end. If any spoiler alert, the end scene where he's captured by Batman, and Batman was like, "I'll fucking kill you," and he was scared of Batman at that point. I was like,
"Yeah,
I don't get it because you want him to kill you. What are you fucking afraid of?" But I was like, this Joker's better than the fucking Harley Quinn shit that we got, the Suicide Squad Joker. But still, at some point, it's like you're not looking like the Joker. You're not really acting like the Joker. Like, where are we gonna get these like some fun shit? To spray somebody. Like, honestly, if Common would have looked at Harley Quinn, I believe the Joker would have smacked Harley Quinn on some "Why you have this man looking at you?" Because he was abusive to Harley Quinn.
For sure.
He wasn't madly in love with her until like months later when she's gone and no one's doing his clothes. Like, how come no one washed my clothes? Why? Like, he's in his underwear with the mutts. No one fed the fucking dogs. Where's this bitch at? Oh, she's gone. What do you mean? Now I gotta go get this bitch because I need somebody to do my manual labor for me. He didn't give a shit about her. He gave a shit about what she did.
He did not. He did not care about Harley Quinn.
It's just crazy how far we came, like, with character development. As far as the first series of Batman, then you go into like the George Clooney Batman with like Arnold Schwarzenegger. you got Arnold in there. You got Jim Carrey over here playing the Riddler.
Yeah,
and now Jim Carrey was not the worst character in there. He wasn't the worst.
No, that would be Robin.
I give you that.
You didn't like the grown ass man playing the teenager.
That's what killed me. I was like, "Yo,
my man, hold on."
Yep. Go ahead. He's legit 45 with retirement.
My man doing the laundry, drying the socks, talking about fucking. What are you doing, bro?
Oh my god, son. Oh my god. Yo, when I saw it, I was like, huh. So Marlon Wayne was supposed to play him, huh?
Apparently.
But Marlon Wayans is younger than Chris O'Donnell, so I'm like, hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But when I saw him, I was like, why?
To be fair,
they could have definitely
Chris
done it
O'Donnell
better.
did have a baby face. He has a baby face. He does have a baby face, so that did work. And I mean, we come from a generation where grown-ups been playing high school kids forever. That was something very common in the 90s. So you know what I'm saying? 90210. And the motherfuckers was all 25 plus, bro. You know what I mean? Like, a few of them were at least 21, 22.
Yeah.
So
still,
you get them young enough. You get them young enough.
I wasn't even mad at Tommy Lee Jones.
No, I wasn't mad at Tommy Lee Jones.
I wasn't either. That movie wasn't as offensive as Batman and Robin. It wasn't as offensive.
Agreed.
And then Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah.
The Bane.
I love Alicia Silverstone.
Whatever that was.
Yeah.
Whatever that Bane was.
That was Bane on crack.
Yo, they can't get Bane right for shit.
Well,
they cannot.
Bane
is a fucking mercenary from Spain. that uses basically like fucking steroids and it's supposed to be a match intellectually for Batman and overpower Batman and shit like that. But they hired him to kill Batman.
Well, the Tom Hardy version, he was intellectual.
Yeah, but he was also white with a respirator on from the fucking League of Shadows that escaped from an unescapable prison.
But I will tell you this though,
for people,
that was kind of stupid. But when he throws that combo and breaks that column, everybody was like, "Wait a second now." But you telling me Batman's been taking these shots this whole damn time?
Yeah, for real.
And the scene when he breaks Batman down, bro. When he told him, I wonder what was gonna break first.
The body or the mind? Yeah. I like don't get me wrong. I like that movie.
Yeah.
Because he actually accomplished something. Yeah. But if you named him any other person besides a Spaniard, I'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
You know, that movie to me has way too much Bruce Wayne and not enough Batman.
See that's an example right there. Absolutely.
That's like a Iron Man. Was it 3?
Yes.
There was way more Tony Stark than Iron Man.
Yes.
I'm like, yo, fuck Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne. There's Iron Man and Batman. Mm-hmm. Can we please?
Way too much Pepper Potts. Take her out the movie.
Yeah, for real.
Not not only that. Even when we do have Iron Man, most of the time he's not even in the suit in Iron Man 3.
Yeah,
that's when he got the suits that he controls and shit. So most
and the suits are made out of paper mache.
Ever got to see that much? Yo, like I think at the end was when he like, yo, it's not a terrible movie though. Go back and watch it. It's not terrible.
Were you talking about the Iron Man movie?
Not terrible. Iron Man 3. Go back.
What got me so upset was he had all these great suits, and he basically didn't utilize them
at all.
All these beautiful suits, showed up, and I'm like, oh my god, that's that one, and nothing.
You're telling me he doesn't have an invisible suit yet?
Then he blows them all up at the end. At the end, yeah.
And magically has them back. Guys. And magically has them back for Avengers, whichever one.
What's the only by that time he had the nanotech.
Yeah, the nanotech.
He could turn that one suit into anything he needed. And that was when I saw that, I was like, oh,
that nanotech suit.
That
nanotech suit was insane.
But can we talk? Why did my man have to pull the drawstrings?
No.
What was the need for the drawstring pull?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't ask.
Because he could have just done this thing and
he's over here.
The drawstrings was very weird.
That's his Superman moment.
Yeah, like what I said to myself when I watched it, I said, what are you pulling the damn drawstring for, bro? You about to put in work, man. What do you need you don't need the drawstrings.
But oh man. That's what's funny? I had forgotten all about that. And I was like, yeah, that makes no sense.
What do you need it for, bro?
Yeah, but the biggest disappointment was that finding out the Mandarin was fake. It paid off at the end, with Shang-Chi, but that pissed me off. Bro.
They had to twist that so bad, though.
Yeah,
I was dying when he said
it wasn't a payoff. It was like a decently done retcon. I wouldn't even want to call it a retcon. When they retcon shit, they kind of just get rid of it. It was just a nice way, like we see what you did there, Marvel. We're okay with it. But we know the truth. Yeah. You fucked up.
Yep.
You fucked up bad.
Bullshit you had this planned.
To save your ass.
Bullshit you had this shit planned out.
Yeah.
I was down when he said, I've been called.
That's like when you copy off of your best friend's homework and the teacher knows that you did it and she gives it back to you like, yo, I know what you did. I'm gonna let you redo this though, okay? That's Iron Man 3 to Shang-Chi. That's what happened.
Yo,
you get one more shot with this. One more.
Yeah.
So good luck.
Cap said it was to tighten his clothes so the suit could go on there.
I read that, but Cap, if he's already wearing a schmedium, how much goddamn tighter are you getting, bro?
That is a schmedium.
The man's
for sure it's schmedium.
Clothes. This is true. And anyway, the nano suit comes over it.
The man
what does it matter? The nano suit comes over it.
Yeah, but the Iron Man suit has to hug you like your one true love.
No.
Yo, if that Iron Man suit is loose on Tony Stark, then that means he's basically vegan out there.
Time about look at this guy. Yeah. If it was the suit that was coming to him, it'd be one thing. But since it's the nano suit, I don't want to hear it because the nanites take over the body, bro. So I don't want to hear it.
The nanites are gonna fit how they need to fit. That's what the technology is about. The little things are smart enough. They're computers. They're little computers.
Yeah. Well, he should have turned that shirt into his suit. That way he don't have to make it tighter. Like if my shirt turns into a fucking metal suit and jigga boom boom, beautiful.
Well, the chest piece is just chilling there.
Yes.
He didn't even need it. He could take it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes it off.
It double-sided tape.
He could have had it in his watch if he wanted to, and just said,
"Yeah."
I mean, he did that dude for Civil War when he did the whole
and broke it down.
He could have did that whole thing.
I don't understand all of this.
Which I love.
I wish that would have had, instead of that sound, it would have been an actual repulsive thing. But he would have killed Bucky there. Story would have went away.
Yeah.
Unibeam. That unibeam that he got Bucky and ripped off that arm. Oh boy. That was incredible.
That's what set Cap off though. Cap was like, "Oh, it's on now."
Yeah.
I mean that's a true unibeam, is it not?
Okay. Because I had a lot of people complaining about it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it took off his arm.
It was. I mean, a unibeam should blow you up.
Correct. Yeah.
It should. Let's be honest.
No, absolutely.
Unibeam should blow you up.
You know anything about that?
But this is Bucky. You ain't gonna kill off Bucky. Yeah. But I thought it was dope. I thought it looked good. Maybe I wanted to see a little bit more zing, like maybe a little bit more of that
like,
instead of that just quick. Like it was more like a flash. It was more like a quick. It was more like a quick little explosion as opposed to a beam. But I thought it was still pretty cool.
I would have probably cut through all that shit right through to the wall.
Cut through him and Captain. It would have cut through him and Captain.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if that's can the shield stop the unibeam?
No.
The cannon? Because it absorbs energy when it
stopped Mjolnir.
If it can stop,
it did stop.
If it can stop a wrench, it can stop a unibeam.
Hey, what if he'd have whipped out the proton cannon?
I was waiting for that shit.
Cannon. I was.
Now first of all, awesome. I would have loved it. Then I would have been like, "Where in the blue fuck? You don't have the nano suit now. Where did that shit come from?"
It's a stage 1 unibeam. That's what Cap said.
Like they paid homage to the proton cannon in when he did his little and the nanites came behind him and shot the beam. I felt like
that works. That makes sense. Yeah.
But it wasn't the proton cannon.
No.
Yeah, we need a proton cannon.
One of my that's one of the things that I miss the most in later Marvel movies as opposed to like Age of Ultron and even Avengers 1 was all the double moves that they would do. Man, when Cap bounced the beam off of Cap's shield and just wheel, and then when fucking Thor batted the fucking shield, or when he drops the hits, the double moves are in Age of Ultron. The double moves are at a fever pitch. Them shit is happening all the time. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
And probably my favorite Tony Stark line comes from Age of Ultron, where they finally meet Ultron. It's Tony, Cap, and Thor. And Thor's like, he's like, look, you can just chill out. No one needs to break anything. And Ultron goes, clearly you've never made an omelet. And Iron Man goes, beat me by 1 second. Yo, that's just so funny. Beat me by 1 second. So good.
I do love Thor's cockiness in that movie. When they're all at the end, when they get ready to fight, and he's like, "This is it."
The Cap looks at you had to say,
"Yeah." He's like, "This is it." I'm like, "Oh man,
shit." That was good.
That was it. That whole scene right there was good. I do like it though.
Yeah.
But that's my Silver Surfer.
A beautiful mess.
That's my Silver Surfer. I'll fight anybody to the death. Fuck that X-Men Silver Surfer.
Hey man, Silver Surfer is actually a great character, man. They just need to remaster.
Quicksilver. I'm sorry, Quicksilver. Yeah, that's my Quicksilver. Okay. Yeah, that's my Quicksilver.
I make that mistake all the time.
Yeah.
So you prefer Kick-Ass over, X-Men?
Yeah. Because
I like the X-Men.
Quicksilver.
If anybody struggles that much to tell somebody that they're your father, you need to fucking jump off a roof.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell him he's my father. I'm not gonna tell him, and I'm gonna tell him, and I'm gonna run as fast as I can through all this shit. Tap on the shoulder. Hi, but motherfucker,
I will say this:
say it or don't say it. I spent a half hour watching this shit. Like seriously, bro. Like someone needs to Stewie this motherfucker. Go to his house, punch him in the dick. That's not funny. Yo, seriously, get him the fuck out of here. Get him the fuck out of here. That's not Quicksilver. Yeah, that's not Quicksilver.
I will say this. You remove the slow down scenes from X-Men Quicksilver, and you got nothing.
Yep.
Oh yeah, facts.
You got nothing. And then when they did it in the second movie, it's like, all right, speed it up. We saw this before. We saw it. And I'll tell you, the first slowdown scene when he was in the kitchen throwing all the bullets away, grabbing homie's hat, taking a little bit of the sauce, was a lot better than when the kids were blowing up in the school. Me personally.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Facts.
Absolutely.
All day long. Yeah.
I liked the MCU's his cockiness. He goes, "You didn't see that coming?"
Yep.
Oh, so come on, man. And that's Pietro.
We didn't get enough of him.
That's Pietro at his best, because Pietro's an asshole. You read the comics, he is a fucking dick, but he knows his power and he uses it to the maximum of his ability.
And he had the accent.
It's very like him and his father.
We just didn't get enough.
Abuse it. Him and his father. Some people do it out of necessity. Him and his pops abuse their powers. Magneto doesn't walk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Refuses to walk.
Abusing the power.
I get it. And then Pietro does everything he can with super speed to make people look stupid, just to make people feel bad, because he's a dick. And that's what the other dude seemed like until Hawkeye talked him into being his shield. I mean, good guess.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And he had the accent.
Unfortunately, we just didn't get enough of him, bro.
No,
I think if we would have gotten more of that Pietro, I think other homie from X-Men would have probably not been as cool.
Another thing, that dude,
I mean, I didn't hate him.
No. That dude was jacked, by the way.
Facts, yeah.
He was jacked. I was like, Jesus.
He got big.
Everybody gets that Marvel
He
program.
was big in Kick-Ass though already. No. He was already big in Kick-Ass.
Yeah, he was big in Kick-Ass.
But then when he showed up as Pietro with the tight shirt, I was like, yo, son, buddy got really
when it comes to Marvel, they're working out, man.
He also had the suit.
Yeah, they're working out.
He actually fucking looked like Quicksilver. He had the fucking suit, not just the white hair. Not a 15-year-old with white hair and shit.
Here we go.
It was like an Under Armour version of Quicksilver suit.
The Quicksilver suit, yeah.
But
it was better than the leather jacket.
He looked like he was going to the gym, not to save the world.
Yeah, but I mean, my man looked like he was scuba diving on a fucking motorcycle. In X-Men, my man had the leather jacket and the goggles. Like, really?
Yo,
what speedster you don't need the goggles?
The goggles
it was the era.
Logical sense because But I get it.
Nah,
he was
those were the old school.
It was the Terminator look, bro.
Fitting in. Under where you fit in now. Yo, real quick, we got 2 minutes left before we call.
It was the 80s. Everybody needed a leather jacket. It was the 80s.
It wasn't even blue. It wasn't even blue.
You're one of the worst nitpickers I've ever heard.
Yo, man, I'll nitpick the shit out of something. But yo, we got 2 minutes left before we call it a night. What do you guys want to talk about next week? Any ideas?
We definitely we went into the Batman today. Maybe next week we'll go into the Flash. Definitely.
Yeah.
But when are we gonna do? When are we gonna do the versus stuff? Let's pin the heroes against each other, bro. Let's pin the heroes against each other.
So like DC versus Marvel, or
No, anything. It could be anything, bro.
Anything.
Okay.
Even within its own universe, Marvel versus Marvel.
Okay.
Yo,
okay.
I say you can pull it from anywhere and bring it up.
All right.
I mean, I would love to.
Yeah, we could do specific fights because we could do like Wolverine versus everyone he's ever fought. One of my favorite Wolverine rivalries is him and Omega Red. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
That shit gets mean. Him and Omega Red get really nasty with each other. There's a lot of fucked up shit that them two do to each other, and it's really nasty.
That hate is strong between them
because even though him and Sabretooth like dislike each other, there was always that little like brother love that they had from the back in the day. But him and Omega Red was on site every time. You could talk about Wolverine versus the Hulk. You could even do some Batman versus Superman shit if you'd like. I mean, I don't know. It's just a topic. We could think about it later. You know,
right.
some versus shit. I know we've been talking about the superhero versus for a long time.
So there you go. Next week, superhero versus Marvin the Manhunter versus fucking Vision. There you go. It's
I thought Toad was gonna say he wanted to talk about systematic racism and trickle down economics, but I'm down for the verses.
Yo, but you know something? But we could talk about racism.
We could bring up Static Shock.
Yeah, we could start off with racism in the fucking in the world today and shit.
We could take it straight to Static Shock.
Well,
Static Shock was fucking ahead of its time. We could take it some real racism within like superheroes and shit. We'll talk about Static Shock. Hey, we could go in on Static Shock, bro.
Word. Yo, and Bleaks, be on standby if Show doesn't show up. I'm pretty sure he probably not. But yo,
just he was in the chat.
Yeah. He's being kidnapped, you know.
To spend some quality time.
Yeah, he has to spend some quality time with some quality time. Yeah.
He's in the doghouse. He's in the doghouse right now. He needs to buy some steaks and some flowers.
Yeah. I called him Denzel once on the Toe in the Show, and now he's held captive.
Yeah, you messed up.
I fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah. Because now wifey thinking a bunch of shit. Like, what are you calling him Denzel for?
Yeah. He looked more like Carol Burnett.
It was your fault.
Oh man.
That's fucked up, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, and on that note, it's your friendly neighbor Nukkle Hedd signing out. Peace, everybody. Thanks for stopping by, bro.
Love y'all.
That was cold, bro. That was cold. Bro.
Hey man, somebody got to do it.
That was cold-blooded, man.
Somebody got to do it.
Tell me, but my favorite thing is that Show puts himself in there by himself. No help.
Oh yeah.
It's hilarious.
I don't even see what happened. I wasn't even around for what happened, but based on the context, it was bad.
Well, when you see someone or you see a picture of them with no makeup, and he goes, "Yikes! Why does she look like a boy?" Pause. When she wrestles, that's a problem. Because he's like, hold on, wait. What do you mean, yikes? And then say she looks good. That's not how it works. Hold on, Bleach, your mic's messing up on mine. I don't know.
Fucking show, bro.
Shows are worse.